Today, we preview this week's Spring Expo, tackle more of your hobby hot takes, talk about the most expensive hockey jersey ever, and a whole lot more. Welcome back to episode 390 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, presented by our good friends at Upper Deck.
Loud collector fill, loud collector fill. Baba Louie, Baba Louie, Baba Louie, Baba Louie.
And California Dave, and California Dave,
California Dave. Welcome to the Gong Show.
Hello, happy family. Big show today. Welcome back, of course, my good friend Phil, the effervescent Baba Louie, and California Dave, who is, you have something in common with Phil. You guys are the Sweep Sisters now. So your team season ended yesterday.
Oh, come on. Today I gotta sneeze. Hold on.
Bless you. It's coming.
Well, so going to the game, we knew we had probably a lower chance of winning, and so we all went in going, well, if we lose, at least we get to see Kopitar's last game in the NHL. So that was our consolation prize.
Yeah, that's good.
So, but
at what point did you know the game was over?
When he walked in.
Period.
Yeah, how does LA work? Did most people bail like midway through the third period?
So here's the thing: nobody left.
The Kopitar thing.
Nobody left because of Kopitar, and so the last like 3 minutes of the game, Kopitar was on the ice for like 2.5 minutes. They would like send him out, and then he'd come back for like 30 seconds, and then they said it because I kept recording like, oh, this is his last shift. Oh no, one more time. Oh wait, no more, one more time. So, and the crowd was just chanting, thank you, Kopi, like for the full last like 2 minutes of the game. So it was pretty cool. So, and then, everyone was just cheering, like we lost the game and lost the series, and everyone was still just all, happy and cheering and appreciating Kopitar. So that was pretty cool.
It wasn't they did the best they could cheer. It was thank you for Kopitar cheer.
What's that?
It wasn't they just did the best they could, still lost cheer. It was a good Kopitar cheer.
Yeah, it was a really good. The fans were really getting into it, so it was nice.
Phil's team gave a standing ovation for Kopitar too after they got swept.
Listen, it's pick on Dave. I'm emotionally wrecked. Okay,
yeah, we beat you up last show. Now, be honest, Dave. Did your eyes get a little sweaty at the end there?
No, but you know what? It was interesting because when they were showing like the replay of his last shift, he was looking like he was a little teared up the last, 30 seconds of his last shift. So I think he was definitely feeling it. So, but yeah, I wasn't emotional, but
what player in NHL history would have just gone and rocked him like in the last, like those last NHL memories getting exploded?
I wouldn't have been surprised if Brett Burns put a heavy hit on him just as a going away present, but It was pretty cool. Although I will say our seats were really cool. We were right on the tunnel where Colorado entered and exited. So that was really fun to yell and scream at the players like, we had any impact at all. But
what did you say, Dave?
Oh, we were just telling them they all sucked as they walked through the tunnel. Except for like, it would be like, you suck, you suck, you suck. And then McKinnon would be like, well, you're pretty good. Yeah, McCarr, you're actually really good. You suck, you suck, you suck.
That's the type of maturity we expect on this show. So Thank you for living up to the brand there. So it's a little bit of an end of an era, but it seems like how the last, it seems like forever in the postseason has gone for the Kings, that it might actually, you guys maybe need a new era.
I think we do. We need a refresh. I mean, that's 5 years in a row we've had a first round exit. We were without Fiala, who got injured in the Olympics, who broke his leg, and we were without Kuzmenko, who's a big, heavy presence, especially on the power play. So he was still recovering from a torn meniscus, and so
DJ Smith is your head coach, minus 10 points there.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have the best. I don't know. Like, I feel like the Kings this whole series played the best hockey they could, and they still couldn't win a game. So it's.
Did you think you had a chance at any point, or
no?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we had a chance to win a game or two, but I've never thought we had a chance. I mean, we went 0-7 against them this year. We lost 3 times in the regular season, and we got blown out all 3 games.
Did you score more than 1 goal on a power play?
We didn't score more than 1 goal in a game, except one of the games we scored 2 goals. So it was
you did better than that. No, you did better than Ottawa. That's
1 goal, 1 goal. Yeah. So we scored a total of we scored a total of 5 goals for the entire series. It was pretty bad.
We're
tough to
win. We're terrible. I don't know. Should we share?
Yeah.
We would have
We made
appreciated it.
Wedgwood look like a Hall of Fame goalie. I'll tell you that right now.
I feel like we should start some type of men's group for crying with
like
each other
coping.
and- Yeah, coping.
Yes.
We give them so much and they give us nothing. Nothing.
I hope we don't have to cope. I don't want to cope soon here.
Oh, you two be quiet. You have nothing to complain about yet.
Oh, this is a big game for us on tonight. Is like
be great. Go
or
Minnesota,
Tuesday night.
man.
I'm sorry. We have to win badly, and because I think if we lose, we don't win the series. I don't see us winning 2 games in a row, the last 2 games. So it's a huge game for our Minnesota Wild. I have a Bob Louie question.
Yeah.
Louis, if you had to adopt one team for next year to root for, would it be the Senators or Kings? Who do you think is going to do better next year?
Oh, don't put them in that spot. That's not fair. Say you don't watch hockey.
Can you ask me that question after I figure out who goes where? And
No, you have to answer right now. But
Kings got
we
a
can't.
lot of cap space, so
Yeah.
hopefully some big things.
Kings might have Brady Tkachuk too. You never know.
Yeah. Anything could happen in the offseason. Yeah.
We
You got an answer,
Matthews and
Louis, or
Brady
no?
Tkachuk.
I'm punting.
Okay.
Yeah, good call.
Okay, so starting today, you can pick up your Spring Expo exclusive boxes of Gongshow Reloaded at the AMG booth. Of course, only at the Spring Sport Card Expo. Again, you can see the complete checklist on hockeychecklist.com. We're very proud of the checklist and the cards in this edition. And we'll be at the AMG booth a bunch. Hope to see you there. I think 11:30 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. Evan, our Discord manager, is kind of organizing a Gong Show crew gathering by the AMG booth. So, yeah, both days.
Oh, that's fun. I heard Sherry is bringing cookies as well. She's the owner
really?
of AMG. Yeah, I heard I don't know. That's what she said last expo. She said, I should have made cookies. I said, yes, you should have, Sherry.
We'll have a ton of stickers. If you buy boxes, you can choose from those to put on your Zion cases or whatever. And then Louis got from Pro Mold, like legitimately 100 pounds of one touches to give away to people that buy boxes as well.
I thought we're selling them.
No, we're giving away.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, $2 each, 500. That's $1,000. We can go out for dinner. Yeah.
Is there about how many are? Because Louis told me he had them in a suitcase and he's like, pick this up, and I barely could. I'm like, that has to weigh at least 100 pounds. It's crazy.
No, that's why.
Can I say something about Pro Mold real quick? Just to
Sure.
fluff them up.
Go for it.
So I made an order for 100 one touches with Pro Mold. I did like the first, like, I ordered 10 and I got them just
Yeah, you
to
gotta try it out.
And I'm like, oh man, I love these. They're so clear.
What
and I
is
like that
this?
they're
No
not
magnet.
They
No
kinda, like,
magnet.
they
Hold
snap
on.
in. So then I'm like, okay, I'm all in. I'm buying 100. So I bought 100, got the shipment, and I go in and I put my first card in. I'm like, what the heck's going on? It like doesn't fit right.
Uh-oh.
And so I
didn't
messaged
see
them. I said, hey, something's wrong with this order. You cut the mold wrong. I'm blaming them,
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you ordered the ones where it comes with the sleeve and you put the sleeve in and then the sleeve goes in. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to order those. I don't want those. Can I send these back and just get the ones that I want? And they're like, sure. They sent me my order, like just resent another 100 out before I even sent them back the 100 that I
Yeah, they're good people.
I know,
Is
they're
it the
awesome.
kangaroo? Is it the kangaroo one?
Yeah.
Yeah, kangaroo.
What are you saying with this penny sleeve? Like you buy
They look like, oh yeah, look at that.
oh yeah, so so there it comes with a penny sleeve. I have my own penny sleeves.
You have
So
the
they have two
option.
versions.
Yeah, there's two versions. There's the kind that just fit like normal. They just fit in. But if you want to put a penny sleeve on first, you take the wrapper off and there's a penny sleeve on top that you can put the card in so that the penny sleeve also fits in. So it's cut a little different.
Yep.
We also buried the lead, Phil. They have in stock and have produced for years a 155 point top loader, and it's like one touch, and it's $2.
That's
Look at that. Look at Dave's screen. Look at Dave's
that's
screen.
why I bought them, Phil,
Oh
because
my
they're
goodness.
155.
Is that real Louis or AI Louis? Hold 3 fingers in front of your face and wave them. Okay, that's legit. Wow. Why are you telling me this now? That's crazy.
You know what's so funny, Phil? I've already told you this. But
No,
yeah.
you didn't. No,
Yeah.
no,
I'm sure you did.
no.
It's probably like the 11th time.
Of my forgetfulness. That's
So many things I tell Phil. He thinks I never tell him, but I did.
No.
I told him about these. Yes,
I'm
I
fully
talked about
aware.
these on Friday nights with Phil. I talked about these one touches. They're
it's gonna be Friday
155 point, and you're like the ones with the kangaroo. I'm like, yes.
No, that did
You
not
have this
happen.
conversation.
Yeah. Okay, Berenstein Bears. Sure.
Oh my gosh,
Sounds
we had
good.
to- Yeah. Yeah.
What's the guy's name,
Everyone-
Louis? Is it Scott, the
It
owner
is
of the
not.
company?
It is not. His name is Ed.
Ed. Okay. Sorry, Ed.
not even
Close.
No, he's well, Louis talks to him more than I do. He's a very, very nice guy and local, just family owned business. They produce their own, like they manufacture their own out of Ohio. And I go to Louis like last week and there's 2 giant boxes at his door. And I'm like, what are those boxes? And he's like, oh, those are promo one touches. And I'm like, what are those for? I'm like, did we buy like 1,000 one touches? And he's like, no, you just sent them for us to give them away at the expo.
That's
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Thanks, Ed.
Yeah,
Do you have
thanks.
all the
Ed.
different sizes, or what sizes do you have?
No, I didn't get all the different sizes. I got some 155s with sleeves, and then I got a boatload of 35s with and without sleeves.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
Louis,
according to Ed, he said that the penny sleeved ones, and see, I'm not a penny sleeve guy, so I'm like, okay, I trust him. But he said the penny sleeved cases outsell the other ones 10 to 1.
Why
Okay.
put it in a penny sleeve though? What's the? I think that's a
Extra
comfort.
protection.
Okay, but let's be logical about this. From what?
STDs.
It doesn't get scratched. Or...
Herpagona syphilis.
I don't know. I don't use the sleeved
It's not
ones.
grade 8, boys. Stop. It's not health class. They scared the crap out of our generation. If you have premarital sex, you will die. It's like, oh my God. That's how I feel. They
That's
raised
how Dave was
us.
raised.
Well, but just say no. I mean, that whole vibe was out of control.
Nancy.
I have trauma
Wonder
from,
we all
my,
rebelled.
from my freshman year health classes. I
Okay.
have the terrible, embarrassing moments from that.
What's up?
Listen.
Another story. For
Okay,
another-
back to the pro mold. I think it is cool. Obviously, there's a use for it if it's outselling. I'm asking the group here, what is other than in your head? It's nice. It's nice that I have extra protection, but it's not doing anything. And I think it's taking away from the looking at the card. It's
I
adding a
haven't
layer.
tried both. I'd like to try both and
Good
then
point.
make a
Good point.
judgment then. So
Sounds like good content.
good call.
yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
maybe
Not a-
someone I know that loves 155 point cards could make a video on it. Who could that be?
I'll do it.
I
I'll do it.
forgot.
4th on the back burner.
Yeah.
I think we need another product review. This would be great. So I'll now listen. You distracted me, Louis. Your whole Josh, you need to check Louis' collection right now if it's not all pro mold.
It's already been in
Hopefully there's some
promo
left.
because that's it. We sound like a
Like
promo commercial, but
months ago.
they're insanely cheap. Like they are
99 cents.
99 cents a piece.
Yeah, does it?
They're
leave a film?
so clear too. They're
Yeah.
so clear.
And they
Yeah.
have they're polystyrene, they have the UV protection, they're scratch resistant, they're everything, dude.
No magnets.
And no
No
magnet.
magnet.
How does it
They're
stay together?
It's like
Pressure fit.
Oh, pressure
like-
fit.
Yeah,
Nice.
pressure fit.
Big
Mhm.
fan.
Better than me
Nice.
making little.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't know.
Dave
You
in
know,
grade
like the little
4.
circle pressure fits.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Saturday,
So bad.
May 9th is the debut for the first our first ever Gong Show breaks. We'll be live on the Gong Show YouTube channel. Our guy Marco, who I can't wait for people to meet and get to know. I think people are really going to love him. He's a great kid. He's kind of like Baby Chandler. He's actually more baby than Chandler. It's Baby Marco now, I guess.
Talks a lot.
Yeah, well, that's probably good for a breaker, right? That's part of the job is to.
But it makes sense. Like he completes sentences, Phil.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And then I believe Grant from GP Sports. You know, Dave, you ever Grant from GP Sports?
I know Grant from GP Sports, but I don't know Grant like regular Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I
the
think
GP.
he's going to be here in Minnesota with us too. He hasn't informed us of his flight or anything, but that's the plan. So
He just shows up on your doorstep.
So in the next few days, we're going to have the spots up for those breaks. We'll post them to our Discord first, and then we'll make them available to the public on our social medias. So keep an eye out for that if you love to break, because we're going to break.
Cool.
Okay, Phil, Friday Nights with Phil preview. Is there any sort of plan or script or filter that has formalized at this point?
Ask Dave.
I said, Phil, what are we doing for Friday Nights with Phil at the Chateau? And he goes,
What
don't
did
know.
I
We'll figure it
say?
out.
What did I say, David? Tell them.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Come on, man.
Maybe
We're just
something.
a bunch of dudes in a house with hockey cards.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I mean,
By
where's the pressure?
Friday, we'll have piles of boxes to rip and a
Exactly,
lot of
dude,
cards to
great.
show.
They're always the
So
best.
We'll be
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
I'll be
we'll-
out of money by Friday.
Too
so
much planning
fine.
isn't good. That's not my style. You just want to stay within the framework. So if I stay in the house, it's good.
Did you guys do it at the Fall Expo, or is that the night we did Rip Party?
I don't know.
I
Whatever.
think
I don't
that
remember.
was we did Rip Party, so
'Cause it-
we didn't because
Yeah.
a year ago we did it at the house. We opened boxes and just kind of BS.
Saskatoon was fun. I remember
did.
that one. When you
I
did
thought
your
we
show.
I thought we did it in a weird little room. All
That was
Kinda fun.
Saskatoon, and
Yeah,
Grant
that was
was
Saskatoon.
ripping. Remember,
was
Grant
breaking.
was ripping upstairs. He was doing his breaks, and we were downstairs, and then we came up during the show.
Yeah, and you went and
filmed
tickled
him.
them, and it was funny.
I'm a tickler. Yeah, I find tickling funny. Yeah, it's silly. Who doesn't like that? Well, I mean, I don't like to get. I don't actually. I'm not ticklish, so that's why I like tickling people because I find it hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm like, why does this? All right.
No, it'll be a good time. We want to do we're going to do a lot of Chateau content, and that's kind of our main content goal at the expo. So, and Friday Nights with Phil will be a continuation of that. So, stay tuned at 9 p.m. Eastern on Friday night, live from the Chateau Gongshow. Okay, lastly, but not leastly, before we get started, remember that our show, this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, we are a Patreon podcast. That means that we do rely on the support of the good watcher on YouTube and the good listener to help us cover show expenses. I was just telling Louis, I think, before we got started, that our audio podcast downloads or listeners has been off the charts this year. It's never grown this fast. And so it's kind of fun to see. And that warms my heart because we started for the first year and a half of the show, we were audio only.
Mhm.
And so, very much geared towards that and have always wanted to keep that rolling. So very pleased that continues to grow. And by supporting us for as little as $5 a month and joining our out of 999 support level tier, you get the Future Watch Gonger title, get access to our Discord where you can make friends. That's what this hobby is all about. You can see
Make friends.
make
Hang
friends.
out.
And find somebody to stay with at the expo in a house.
Yeah, have your own chateau, right? That's honestly, it makes the whole hobby better. You get access to our Discord exclusive show Behind the Bench with our guy Expo Mom, who's abandoning us for his stupid family this week. It's fine. Rude.
Sorry, he doesn't get
Um,
to be a part of the cool text group for the Chateau. So
Yeah, Neil, suck it.
yeah.
Suck it,
Make
man.
fun of you, and you don't even know.
Suck it, Neil.
You're picking on him. Oh boy.
No, we're gonna miss him a lot. Neil is.
I know.
Neil
He's
is
gonna
what-
pick
what-
up.
I know. We have to pick up after ourselves. It's gonna be terrible. He's gonna
Actually,
take all the
we
base cards.
the entire Chateau Gong show is because of Neil. Because it's kind of funny. He this is a terrible Patreon plug, but he was nervous to support us via internet stuff and Patreon, and so he said, "Well,
What,
in
food
lieu
stamp?
of joining your Patreon, because he's one of the very first supporters of our show. And he said, what if I pay for your and Troy's house and we stay together at the second expo we went to? And I think it was spring of probably 2023.
Yeah.
And that was the genesis of the Chateau Gong Show there. So we have to thank Neil for
Thanks, Neil.
all the hijinks that goes
And the
on at the
pretzels.
house. And the
Big fan
pretzels.
of the pretzels.
Oh.
Yeah, the chocolate ones are really like.
Mhm. And the cleaning and organizing.
Mhm.
He's a good
Oh,
organizer.
and he's a
Good
great
cleaner.
guy to hang out with. So can't forget that too. So again, join our community, join our crew. It's very easy to do. Just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly if you want to skip our website.
Sure.
It's patreon.com, and then search for us. We're the Hockey Cards Gong Show. We also have a link in the show description and YouTube and podcast apps and our Instagram and TikTok profiles too. Since our last show, Baba Louie, we have one new patron who's got kind of an awesome name. The name that have been fire lately. I got to admit
Yeah?
that. Let's
Yeah,
go. Let's
good.
go ahead and shout him out.
We need to shout Ned the Barbarian.
Yeah.
Freaking
Triple
awesome.
gold.
Triple gold member.
Do you
Thank
guys
you.
like sword and sorcery movies? You big like Conan or Cull?
Yeah, Conan was cool.
Which one?
Yeah.
God, well, I mean, they're both very different, but they're both good. Yeah, I love that stuff. It's great.
Mhm.
Wizards and sorceress. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think it's been 20 years since I've seen Conan the Barbarian. So-
Oh my God, you got to watch it, dude. They remastered it in 4K. Yeah,
I've
it's
never
beautiful.
seen it.
Oh,
Favorite
Just broke
Schwarzenegger
Phil.
movie other than Terminator? Go.
Predator.
Ooh.
Yeah, Predator, Terminator 2. I mean, I can't answer that. It's either one of those. True Lies. I mean, they're all very
True
different
Lies.
genres. Yeah.
Twin-
Well, True Lies has a fantastic scene in it.
Yeah,
That's-
Bill Paxton alone on the cliff. I mean, they're just him and Arnold, the
Oh,
dynamic
sure.
with Tom
that
Arnold
scene. Yeah, that's
and
what I
Arnold
was referring
Schwarzenegger.
to.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, but the Predator, listen, that was remastered in 4K as well. I can't not pick that. And then I can't not pick Terminator 2. I have to pick both.
Mhm.
You can't pick one or the other. You can't.
I've always had a huge soft spot for Commando.
Oh, Alyssa Milano. That's why I know you. Yeah.
I love that. I remember even as a kid, like when he goes, "Let's go shopping," and they go and break into the surplus store and like steal all the guns.
Yeah,
But-
that's in the Tango and Cash raw deal. That's in that category, right? 80s paycheck. Yeah. Still good movies. Still good movies, you know.
Nobody liked Twins. Danny DeVito.
Well, that's early
That was all
90s, late 80s. That's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's different. That was good. That was good. Yeah,
Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, that's great.
No,
When he beats
Zumba.
the snot out of the abusive father. Oh my God, what a dream. That was great. In the parking lot. That was awesome. And the little principal, that little gremlin lady, she's adorable.
Okay, Louis, let's go on with the game plan.
Oh boy. Finally to the game plan. All right. Starting off with get to know your Hall of Famers. After that, it's back into some hobby hot takes.
Ooh.
Then we have hobby news. Then it's a 2026 Spring Expo preview with Grant Paterson. Dave, this is the one from GP Sports.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And Mikey Singer too. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah, Mikey too.
Ha! He's forgettable, eh?
Nah.
Oh,
No.
ouch. Shots fired.
I'm just bugging him. Hey, Mike.
Hey, and then personal pickups.
Thank you, Baba Louie. Let's kick off this Gong Show with our Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player who ever lived. We started with the first Hall of Fame class in 1945 and have since been working our way to the present day. Today, we're starting with the Hall of Fame class of 1974. There were 4 players elected that year. And the player we're going to look at today is Dickie Moore. Any Dickie fans out there?
Oh,
Dave?
nice. Yeah, Digging Dickie. That's what they called him. I'm
All right.
serious. I'm not trying to be a funny guy. Yeah, he was one of the toughest SOBs out there, man. I'm sure
Okay.
you're going to say it, but about the wrist, right? Or his arm? Something his arm.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Dickie.
He lived before 2020, Dave. So, yeah, this will be all
Yeah.
new information for you.
But I bet you he had Dickie on the name of his hockey cards, which is so cool. Like I think they
Well-
should go back to doing nicknames for the players on the hockey cards. That'd be so cool.
Josh's favorite thing is his name backwards. So
What?
I'm trying to read it back.
what?
I don't get it.
How do you not get what I said? Your favorite thing
Weekend?
is his name backwards. I can't believe I said that twice.
Oh, I got no. Oh, Phil.
What?
Oh,
I'm not the rude. Well, okay, I might be the rude one, but I mean, come on, like you're making me look like a monster here by not getting it. Dave still lost. Dave's
Oh, I'm
cool.
totally lost. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
forget
how
Let's
many
move on. Let's go.
times in the first 25 minutes of the show did Phil play Mr. I'm mature? You guys are such little potty mouth babies, and then you go right into the gutter.
Yeah, that's
You're just one of us.
actually, they say gutter stuff is full of smart people. So there you go.
There you go. Okay. Richard Winston, Dickie Moore lived from 1931 until passing away at the age of 84. At the age of 4, that'd be sad. In 2015, lived a nice long life, which is good for him. He was born in Montreal and passed away there too. Moore was a left shot, I think, winger. Played at 5'10", 185 pounds, in a career that was broken up a bit. But overall span from 1951 until 1968, he played for 3 NHL teams: the Montreal Canadiens, the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the St. Louis Blues. I feel like a lot of these guys lately had, like, finished off their career with the Blues. Like, that was the thing to do in the 1960s or something.
Where
Yeah,
career
but maybe
died.
maybe Josh is foreshadowing my captain.
Get to know you.
Yeah.
During his career, Moore was a 2-time Art Ross Trophy winner, a 2-time NHL First All-Star Team selection, a 1-time NHL Second All-Star Team selection, played in 6 All-Star games, won 6 Stanley Cups, all with the Montreal Canadiens. And in 719 career NHL games, Moore produced 261 goals, 347 assists for 608 points with 652 penalty minutes. After hockey, Dickie operated a successful equipment and tools rental business for the construction industry in Montreal.
That's amazing. I love the. This would be an amazing mentor, right? I wish. Yeah.
He was a janitor at your high school because they made no money playing hockey back in the day.
He was a true entrepreneur, right? And a warrior in a garden. I love it.
And then in 2005, the Canadiens retired the number 12 in honor of both Dickie Moore and who fell?
Doug Harvey?
Yvonne Cornwallis.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Why you should care about Dickie Moore. He was born in Montreal in 1931, grew up in a city where he would eventually become one of the great Canadiens wingers. As a teenager, he played junior with the Montreal Junior Royals, and his rise was so strong that the Canadiens general manager, Frank Selke, called him the best junior player in Canada. Wow. Moore helped the Montreal Royals win the 1949 Memorial Cup, giving Quebec its first champion at that level. He came right back and won another Memorial Cup in 1950, this time with the Montreal Junior Canadiens, which meant he had already won 2 national junior titles before he was an NHL regular. Even before joining or reaching the Canadiens full-time, he showed a stubborn streak by holding out on signing until Montreal added a signing bonus to its offer. He made his NHL debut with the Canadiens in the 1951-52 season, entering one of the most talented organizations hockey had ever seen. In 1952-53, Moore became part of his first Stanley Cup winner, the first championship of a career that would be loaded with them. He was not just a passer on a stacked team. Moore quickly became known for his hard, accurate shot with strong stick handling, which made him a dangerous left winger in Montreal's attack. By the mid-1950s, he had carved out a regular role on the Canadiens and became one of the key forwards on the club that would build a dynasty. Moore then won 5 straight Stanley Cups from 1956 through 1960, making him a central piece of one of the greatest championship runs in NHL history. Do you guys foresee a team pulling off 5 in a row ever
I'm
again?
glad you stopped there. I'm glad you stopped there. That is 100% not. For Florida to do it 2 years in a row, I mean, Celebrini could be the greatest. Listen, Edmonton could have 2 of the best lines, and with McDavid, you're not winning 5 cups in a row. I mean, if you are, that's
it would seem impossible.
Yeah, I mean, listen, hey, us growing up, they said nobody would ever beat Gretzky's goals record.
Yeah,
Ovechkin did, right? That's what makes it beautiful. It's when someone smashes it. You're like, oh my God, no one ever saw this. Yeah.
He often played on a line with Maurice Rocket Richard and Henri Richard, which put him right in the middle of one of Montreal's most dangerous combinations. In 1957-58, Moore suffered a broken wrist in a collision with Marcel Pronovost an injury that should have wrecked his season. Instead of shutting it down, he kept playing with the wrist in a cast for the second half of the season, which became one of the toughest stories of that Canadiens era. Moore was so team-oriented that he actually met with Toe Blake and the Richards because he worried staying in the lineup might hurt Henri Richard's shot at the scoring title.
Wow.
Maurice and Henri wanted no part of that idea, and Moore stayed in the line, then went out and won the 1957-58 Art Ross Trophy with 84 points, beating Henri by 4.
Whoa.
If that was not impressive enough, he followed it with even a bigger year in 1958-59, scoring 41 goals and 55 assists for 96 points, which had to have been just monster back in that era. That 96-point season broke Gordie Howe's NHL single-season scoring record of 95 points, which showed just how explosive Moore had become. It also earned him a second straight Art Ross Trophy, making him one of the very few players of that era who could outscore every star in the league. Moore was named a first-team NHL All-Star in 1958 and 59, confirming that his peak was not just about trophies, but about being seen as one of the very best forwards in hockey. He later earned another league-wide honor as a second-team NHL All-Star in 1961, proving he remained a top player even after all the punishment his body had taken. Injuries were a constant companion for Moore, and by the early 1960s, they had begun to wear him down despite all the championships and scoring success. He retired after the 1962-63 season, but hockey was not done with him yet. In 1964-65, he came back to play briefly with the Toronto Maple Leafs, an unusual late career stop for a player so deeply tied to Montreal. He retired again, but then returned one more time in 1967-68 with the expansion St. Louis Blues, joining a veteran-heavy club that made an immediate run. At 37 years old, Moore scored 14 playoff points as the Blues reached the 1968 Stanley Cup Final, a remarkable late career chapter for a player whose prime had already been legendary for years. And we don't think of 37 today as being, that's kind of like just at the end of a prime now, right? And I would assume back in the 1960s, it was a player probably looked ancient by 37.
Ask Gordie Howe to hold his beer for him,
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a brief look at the Dickie Moore hobby market. His rookie card is in the 1952 Parker set, card number 10. High selling copy is the PSA 9 we're featuring on YouTube that sold for $4,763 in December 2017. It's actually not that. There was no image of that card, so we're showing a PSA 8 instead. Forgot about that. So
Okay.
I picked 3 additional Dickie Moore Playing Days cards to look at. His second year card, I think, is interesting from the 1953 Parker set, card number 28. It's actually an error card. The player depicted in this card is actually Jean Beliveau. Oops.
It's probably his leg because he was,
Yeah, I don't know.
the other
There's his
picture
butt.
that cut off his head was probably him.
I mean, if they're going to mistake a player on a card, I wouldn't mind it being Jean Beliveau, I guess.
True.
Yeah.
The PSA 9 was shown on YouTube. Highest selling copy sold for $1,780 in April 2018. The next card we'll look at is from the 1955 Parker set, one of my favorite sets of all time, card number 38. PSA 9 is the highest selling copy, sold for $2,025 in December 2012. This was like the main card player pose of that.
I love it. Crosby, you get Crosby in these poses. It has
Kind of.
yeah. The Panini has Crosby. Sometimes they reuse a photo, and there's a few Crosby Panini photos out there like this.
It's cool. He's just rushing right into you. It's a great
Right into the play.
I think he's
Yeah.
Canadian actually, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
Oh.
And again, well, let's go
There
for
you
3 on today's show with Dave.
The final card.
I got
Well-
the other one. It just took me a while. I figured it out.
Yeah,
It's okay.
17
Okay.
minutes, but okay.
Yeah. 17 minutes later, I was like,
I saw you.
"Oh,
I saw
now
you. Yeah,
get
7
it."
minutes ago. Here's like, oh, there. And I'm like,
Yeah,
and he got
yeah,
it.
yeah. You'll see me like, oh, okay.
Me too. Me too.
That was
Listen,
the moment. That was the moment.
either get it quick or not at all. So
Slow on the upload for California
Yeah.
Dave here.
Just like my internet.
True. You're looking clear today, though, so I'm actually intrigued by that. The final card we'll look at is the 1961-62 Parker set, another one of my favorite sets. Kind of got like a little trippy background to it. The Dickie Moore card is number 36 in the set, and we're looking at PSA 10, believe it or not, which is a high-selling copy, sold for $410 US in December of 2021. And that, boys, is your hockey Hall of Fame player, Dickie Moore.
It was awesome. Good one on him.
Well,
Crazy how he played that long with a broken wrist. That's just insane.
Right? Yeah, man. Hard nosed.
Crazy. Yeah.
do you ever see a player doing that again today?
Yeah,
mean-
maybe Thomas Chabot would.
Yeah. I mean, Matthew Tkachuk played a couple of games with what?
Yeah.
Like a broken
Broken sternum, I think it was.
sternum?
Bergeron
I mean, that's-
punctured lung there 15 years
I
ago.
think that's even more scary because anytime you get hit, oh man, he couldn't
Yeah,
even
I think
get
his
it.
wife his
Over
wife
pad.
wouldn't let him go out there. No way.
Yeah.
Patrice,
Well-
you get back here right now, mister. I have to go. I have to go win a cup.
Think of your like man sneeze you had 20 minutes ago, Phil. If you had a broken sternum, how terrifying that would be if that's coming on.
No, I had a single bruised rib when I first started boxing like 2 years ago, and I was the biggest bitch you've ever. Yeah, it was horrible, and it was like I went to the doctor. They're like, "Dude, you're fine. It's just bruised." I'm like, "No, it really hurts though. Like, it really hurts."
I think we settled on doing hobby hot takes every 2 weeks, and we did it 2 weeks ago. So it's time, and we've got some more good ones. Phil's going to take over. He is our captain of the hot take and lead the way.
I got it.
Right, Phil? You got it.
him. I got him. Okay.
I'm excited. I didn't even know we were doing this.
Yeah, I know. You wrote nothing again.
Bring them on.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, here we go. Hobby hot takes. Instagram. 10_hockey_collector. I think he means Tennessee though.
Yes.
I have American friends. I know things.
Mhm.
Hobby hot take for him are RPAs, rookie patch autos, are overrated. I've seen several dubious practices when it comes to the rookie patch auto. Examples will include players with Reebok tags when they were drafted after Adidas took over, players with patches from defunct jersey logos, etc. I think RPAs should be game worn, even if that delays the release of the product. My suspicion is if it became common knowledge what quote unquote event worn really means. Josh, did you write this? We'd see a precipitous drop in value. Another thing which I admit is conjecture. I have heard at the event that they have players wearing a generic jersey with the number 88 to maximize the number of patches that are harvested. I will go first. I'm a big fan of your word conjecture. I like it. I use that one too. I fully support all your opinions, Tennessee hockey collector, but it doesn't bother me. So that's the thing. I get where you're coming from. You're not wrong in my worldview. I just don't care. And it doesn't bother me that much. And I find that a lot of price reflects that. And if it doesn't, I don't buy the card and I move on. And that's how I handle that. Josh, do you want to say something?
I think this is probably a reason why I don't collect RPAs. And if there was well, it's not true because not all of them are event worn or player worn. There's limited logos. And so there are some that are game used, but I would love for Upper Deck or the hobby to figure out a way to make that happen. Now, while nobody has loved the prices of boxes lately, you might have to ask ourselves that question as a hobby. Like, would we be willing to pay 30% more for the cup or other Premier or Ultimate if all RPAs were game used or whatever it would cost? And I don't know the answer to that. Maybe more people are like you, Phil, where they're just accept it for what it is.
Yeah, maybe. Louis, I don't know if you have any thoughts. I'd assume not. You didn't say anything. Dave, I don't know, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I fully agree with everything that she said, whomever. And
It's probably a guy.
well, yeah, but
Like a
Yep.
90.
You're nervous. Yeah. No, it's okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Leaving So here's my thing though. So I don't think it bothers me that much. But at the same time, I'm like going through my collection, like moving a lot of stuff right now. And I've noticed that the cards that I'm not actually caring that much about are a lot of my rookie patch autos. And so those are a lot of the cards that I'm
Yeah, a little bit.
moving.
Me too. A little bit.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe I do kind of care, maybe subconsciously I'm kind of caring, because I look at my cup RPAs and I'm like, I don't care about these anymore. And so I'm just moving off of them. I would way rather have even like second year, 10th year, whatever, way down the line, a really cool patch or glove piece, a chunky glove with that card than the rookie year. The other thing about the rookie patches, they're very clean. You can tell they're not being used.
Oh,
They're
that's
like
in your
so
head. No, that's baloney. That's in your head. That's nonsense.
Some of them looked. I have a
1 out of
Shesterkin.
500. Sure, I'll give you that. Yeah.
There are some that look so clean, you can tell they're not game used because they're just like perfect. Whereas I like to see puck marks or wornness.
Have you seen the
Threads
hands
coming
of
off of
many
it.
dealers at the expo? You got mustard, you got ketchup, you got
Sure,
rib
sure,
grease. You
but-
got
Right out of the pack, they generally look really, really clean when they're rookie.
Can I
all right.
propose to you guys what I think of as the general, this is a very generalized statement. There's every sort of type of collector, but you know how like they have the very famous like evolution of the human where they start as like Cro-Magnon and then it kind of, all the in a row.
Yes. Yeah.
Here's like my very, very, very general evolution of a hockey card collector. You start out at retail and you get obsessed with Young Guns base cards. And then you start to learn that, there's actually that they're pretty common and there's more rare versions of base card Young Guns. And then you start to collect those and get excited about those. Then you start to get into autos and RPAs. And you get excited about those. But then after a while, you kind of learn that, Future Watch autos are great, but there's 1,000 of them. And then pretty soon you're into weird stuff. And we're off the beaten path kind of cards. And I think kind of all of us to some degree have followed that general path, haven't we?
I agree.
I
I've seen that evolution in all of us. Well, not Phil, because Phil's been doing this forever, but at least for me.
I've grown as a person. I'm a different Phil today than I was.
Yeah, but I didn't. Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying like from that very beginning, like exactly what Josh said, when I first got into the hobby, I was buying, a case of flagship and I was keeping all my Young Gun cards. And then there came a point where I'm like, why am I keeping these? I don't even care about these cards. And so I moved them, and then I bought some cup RPAs and now I'm moving those. And so those cards that we talk about, which are the most prominent cards, rookie cards in the hobby, like I find myself just not drawn to them. I'm way like, if I'm going to go after a patch card, I would way rather it be like a limited logos or a pad card.
We gotta wrap this up. We've been going on.
That's-
Okay, next take here. Next take. Discord Cards AH. The introduction of extended series was a bad money grab. By introducing it, Upper Deck not only put out an initial, I'm going to retry that. By introducing it, Upper Deck not only put out initially a bad product, but also worsened flagship product. We used to get the best rookie spread amongst 2 products, and now they're spread amongst 3. While watering down Series 1 and Series 2, they also jacked up the price up significantly on flagship. They didn't get nearly enough flack or blowback for any of this. Josh is going to go first.
Okay, you're just looking up to Upper Deck, not their sponsor, right? Because this is my honest feedback.
Yeah, get him.
I think initially Flag Extended was not good, right? It debuted in 2020 and 2020, 2021 are not that fan. I mean, there's kind of some kind of cool inserts. It's Kaprizov's rookie year. I like the 2005 retro Young Guns, and they had the Ionics holographics in 2020, which was sort of an Easter egg of cards I collect. So it's not like that I'm not going to say they were terrible, but they just weren't the best. Now you get fast forward to 2024 and now what's coming in 2025. I think Extended is really good. I mean, I'm sorry if that's, and to me, it has nothing to do with the Young Guns class. What I think Upper Deck will continue to do is they'll hold one good, like more hyped player over and then hope that there's a late bloomer that makes the rookie class exciting. But with all this, they did the grade 8 OV cards that they've worked hard, I think, on the inserts. Now we're going to have the debut jersey patches in them. I understand this is a very unpopular opinion, but I like extended. Sorry.
Oh boy. So I agree with I agree with you, Cards AH, but listening to Josh, he brought up a lot of good points. I agree with both of you. It has a place, and I'm okay with anything in the hobby that's not for me, but has a place for somebody else. We would all, this would be great if we all had a little bit of that. So it has a spot in the hobby for people. And brother, it's heavily discounted after a while. Come on. I mean, I don't know about the new ones, but even 2 years ago, I mean, they're pretty heavily discounted at the expo anyways. Dave, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, the worst thing I don't like about extended is you're not guaranteed those 6 young guns because the rookie class is only 30. And so when you buy a box that's, generally around the same price as Series 1 or Series 2, you're getting like 3, maybe a 4th young gun, and it feels like you got a little bit slighted. So I totally understand what he's saying. With that said, if you were to take all the cool things that they're doing with extended and combine it into Series 1 and Series 2 and get rid of extended completely, I have a feeling those boxes are going to skyrocket.
Yeah, you have $1,000 flagship boxes.
Even more than what it is. So even though we don't like it, spreading it out into 3 series kind of helps keep those prices down. So we're not like, why are we paying,
That's a great point, man. Good
so
point.
that would be my take.
Mm-hmm.
Louis, close us off. Any thoughts or no opinion?
Yeah, at the beginning, if you threw it up against the wall, it wasn't going to stick. But the last couple of years, I like it. Keep it rolling, and then follow up with what Dave said there. Perfect example.
All right. Next hobby hot take. The West Dub. Or did I get it? Yeah, here we go. Patch cards without autos are useless. My response to you is I think this is Aaron Lapper. Because he hates patch cards too. I get the hate. I like them though, and then the price reflects it accordingly. So I gobble them up if they look. It's a perfect opportunity for a color match card at a reasonable rate. I like them. Josh, thoughts?
In a lot of cases, I like patch cards without autos better because I find that to fit the player, a patch and an auto on the card is tricky. And a lot of times I feel like the auto doesn't fit onto the card well, or that it takes away from either the patch or the player. And so I don't mind them. And they're affordable.
I like them. They're clean.
Yeah,
Clean
like
look.
them, Dave, do you like them?
I'm gonna have to agree with this hot take. I've tried to get into patch cards without auto, and every single time I get a really cool patch card, I go, you know what would make this card really awesome? An auto with it. And so I actually find myself not drawn to just auto cards just patch cards. If there's no auto on it, I'm next.
What if the auto's garbage though, like Flock of Seagulls or something?
Demidov.
Yeah, I mean,
Paper.
no, I totally understand why they have just patch cards. Like you said, it keeps the price down, and so it gives more people.
Parker's Champions has some beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
patch
there are.
cards.
I just personally, I'm not drawn to it unless it has that auto with it. It just makes it.
You're an elitist. You're an auto snob.
The
I'm
player
not-
wasn't drawn to it either. Thank you. Okay,
Oh,
moving on.
wow. A lot of bad jokes from Phil. Today.
I'm a dad. These are dad jokes. Now they're dads. You guys are supposed to laugh.
Phil's brand, Dave. Bad jokes.
Discord.
You got to read this
Minnesota.
one like you're mad though.
Oh, you want me to? Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. All right. This is from our friend Tori. Your evaluation of a card price has nothing to do with how much the break spot was you paid that you hit the card in. If you spent $200 for a spot and you only hit a $130 card, I'm not paying you $200. If that's the case, when you hit a $2,500 card, then I'm offering $200 because Jesus, some people.
Get him, Tori.
Yeah, I've heard some people think like that. I can't really get behind it, but yeah, that's some people's take.
Does this happen? I've never even.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
You gotta swim. You gotta swim in those pools though.
Yeah.
Don't want to get those nails dirty, Joshy Poo. All right, next Vegas collector. That was a perfect opportunity to give me the finger, and you blew it. Okay, Vegas collector. Oh, I watched his interview with Neil. That was great. If you're listening, Vegas, yeah, it was awesome. Good job, Neil. Good job, Vegas. That was awesome. Anyways, back to frenemies. Okay, here we go. There's always a lot of chatter about needing to do things in the hobby or life in general, quote unquote, for the kids, for the children. And to quote the late Bernie Mac, F them kids. All right. He's American. He's from Las Vegas. The kids will be fine. And if they want to be in the hobby, they will figure it out. I'm going first. So I'm going to use this opportunity to flex my virtuosity. All right. Finally, Vegas, we agree. The kids, yes, the kids will be all right. And here's my hot take to your hot take. You want high control in a low conflict environment? It's really, really easy. And it's a super easy opportunity to add value, status, and virtuosity in a low status person's life. So if you want high control in low conflict environments, just put the words kids and safety or children and their futures and health and children, all of that in the same sentence. You can say anything after those words and you will probably be okay if it's in the positive, and you will probably be slaughtered if it's in the negative. So generally, I think you might be like this. I struggle with interactions that feel very performative rather than genuine. It's the oldest politician trick in the book. So I agree, man. I generally have a low tolerance for certain things as well. And I think that's just what you're trying to show, Vegas, and me too. And I recommend comedy. Comedy is beautiful. It's very light. You don't get upset, and you still kind of address it and you feel good. It's great. Yeah. Anyone else want to follow up?
I think 95% of the hobby are adults and 5% are kids. And I think there's at least 5% of product that is out there for kids. So I
That's
think
the real answer. That's listen to Dave. Don't listen to me.
They're
What
they're
kids?
following the numbers.
What kids? 13-year-olds, they're not kids anymore. You got
Heck,
better cards than I do.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Most of the kids walking around the expo with their little showcases. I'm like, what the heck?
Remember
Why do you have way better cards than me?
the last time I gave a card away? Remember that I haven't given a card since this. The kid was like, "Is it an exclusive?" What are you, little turd nugget? What do you mean? Is it? Give me the card back. Get out of here. Anyways, Josh, Louie, anything to add to my rambling?
I think the kids are fine. I'll give you a case in point.
Oh, okay.
My daughter had a few friends over this weekend, and I go outside I was going somewhere or something like that. And I walk outside, and in my driveway is a brand new Jeep Wrangler and 2 BMWs. You're all like, what universe do we live in right now?
Do those kids not know how many Crosbys that could buy?
I know.
Irresponsible little.
I know.
All right. Okay, let's go. Next one. Great, Vegas. Thank you. That was awesome. You got me on that one. Okay. Discord, a beaver of Canada. One of my faves. But everyone's my favorite. Goalies are the most important and most criticized players in the game. It is one of the most difficult and skilled positions played in the world of sports. They are on the ice for the entire 60 minutes of play. The hobby love and the hobby market for them does not reflect this. Louis, what do you think?
100% agree. Nailed that one. I like my goalies, but if you're looking to move them, they don't.
That was another Baba Louie hobby hot take.
I drew a blue duck because I've never seen a blue duck before.
You got to play that when it's something stupid, don't you?
No,
That actually made
I like
sense.
to cut you off with it because
Yeah,
it's more funny that
timing.
way.
You're getting very long-winded.
Yeah, Louis, you said like 4 words. Come on.
Yeah.
Keep
It's a
going,
little
keep it
long-winded
going.
for you.
Yeah, I
David.
agree.
Okay, David, do you have anything
I agree.
to say?
Sorry.
Speaking of
All
long,
right, we're moving on.
Your
Josh,
turn.
do you have anything to say? Dave's laughing through his teeth. Josh, everything. Now you lost your chance, greeting.
I've said a million times I desperately want a goalie, and I'm still holding out hope for my boy Dusty Wolf, even though he had a terrible year. Kind of.
What
David.
Josh said. There's not a big prominent goalie in the market today, and so people don't.
I don't listen, Beaver. I love you, but I'm gonna keep being a bit of a jerk here. So what? They're on the ice for the entire 60 minutes. They chose to be the goalie. They don't have to skate everywhere. They stand there. Wait, you can't stand up for 60 minutes? Well, bend down, stand up, bend down. You ever been to church? Come on. It's I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I guess I'm just being a jerk. All right, I'm sorry, man.
This next one, Phil, is crazy.
Is it?
I love it.
Okay. Is it hot?
Yeah.
Okay. YouTube, the real Johnny B. All right, Johnny, what do you got? I'd rather buy 10. Oh, I remember this one. Oh, yeah. Spicy. I'd rather buy 10 Demidov Young Guns at 100% comps than Matthew Schaefer at 80% comps. Oh, the upside for a potential goal scorer on an iconic team is far better than a solid 70-point D-man. He's got logic. He's got
Yeah, is he
logic.
wrong? I mean, that's the thing.
Oh, well, tell me you live in Quebec and don't, right? I mean, no, he's not wrong. He's yeah, I don't know, but he's Russian. If he had a French last name, I'd agree right away. If we're gonna play this game, things like that matter. If he had a French last name, I would wholeheartedly agree. I just generally agree right now. He's Russian. It's gonna take
I have one potential retort, and we don't know the answer, but some people think it might be leaning this way. The only way he's wrong is if Matthew Schaefer ends up being generational talent.
yeah.
Right. And because I don't think Ivan Demidov looks like a really, really good player. I don't think, do any of us think he's a generational talent at this point? Probably not.
No, we would know by now.
Although when I
That's
was
what
in
Matt Gunn's still
Montreal and I watched that team play, he stood out more than any other player for Montreal for me. More than Caulfield, more than Lane Hudson.
Caulfield's a sniper. He knows where to be at the right time. Bam!
Yeah, that's why he's not flashy. But Demidov,
Yeah.
his control of the puck, it was incredible. Like people could not get the puck from him. He
Oh, I
was
want to
so
see.
good.
Okay, I want to go to a
He was
Habs game.
so
bad.
good. Like
Yeah.
very impressive.
I'm getting generational talented out, kind of like hockey IQ.
Yeah, there's only one person on planet Earth right now who's a new generational talent to me, and that's Celebrini. There's nobody else. They said
think-
Bedard was. They said he was, but someone else took the torch. And it's not really a. And I'm collect Bedard. Well, like
What
maybe.
about Cale Makar? Would you?
No, I want to stop. I want to stop right now because I actually have a plan after the expo, and on one of our Thursday shows with you here, Dave. We're going to debate who are the actual generational talents currently playing in the league.
Can we separate forward and defense? Because Dave just stumped me there. He's right. Makar defense. And then,
I think if you're generational, but you're at your position though, right? You do factor the
Yeah.
position into that. So
Yeah.
I agree. Okay.
Okay.
Did we answer this? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, next one.
We agree.
Discord, Trunk Slam Chest. Great contributor. There's a difference between the hobby and the habit. The hobby to me is collecting what I like, going to shows, talking with people about hockey cards, the Gong Show in this Discord. Oh, thanks, man. All that warm, fuzzy stuff. The habit is ripping wax. I get that ripping wax is part of the hobby for a lot of people, and they do it for fun. But I also see a lot of behavior from people that suggest ripping wax is an addiction. It's also the same people who complain the loudest when they can't get their fix. $1,000 for a hobby box of Topps Chrome Football is a culmination of this. For me, separating the hobby from the habit has really helped me redefine my love of the hobby when I feel like I'm getting priced out of new releases. Maybe it will help others too. Dude, that was great. So well written. Thank you. Very easy to dictate. And I wholeheartedly, that's your experience. I'm not going to take that from you. That's awesome. And I'm really happy that worked out really well. And you shared that. Thanks, Trunk. What do you guys think? Dave, what do you think about his words?
I think it was perfectly said. I think just understanding who you are and what your triggers are and learning how with everything in life to be able to control yourself. And so, we talk about the hobby and we talk about how fun it is and the people we meet and how the relationships and the people are more important than even the cards in my opinion. And so find what makes you happy and, know how to control the other part of that.
Louis, any thoughts?
I agree, and I can't say anymore. I'll get hobby hot take.
No, stop it.
Do it anyways.
Well, I'm going to follow up. I think, Louis, that's great. I'm going to say, so in Greece, I'm sorry, I'm annoying. There's a temple that's called Apollo at Delphi, and it on the top, it has the key to life. And the key to life, it's called know thyself. That's it. If you know you don't have, if you just know who you are, that's it. It's a key to life. The Greeks are telling you. You got to listen. All right.
I think he put it very well. I love how the difference between the hobby and habit, like that. I wish I would have thought of those two different perspectives. And I think we tip our toes in both waters at times, right?
Mhm.
That and I think I agree to him too that most of the frustration, well, no, it's projecting on others. But I
Talk it out,
wonder
talk it out.
if a lot of the frustration is where people that are more indulging the habit side of it.
Well, and you also
did.
see people who post like, "Hey, look at this card I got, and I paid $30 for the break spot, and I hit a $10,000 card or
That
whatever."
doesn't but I
What I'm
does
saying
that
is
do it?
when you
Is that a
watch
thing?
social media and you watch everybody and everything that everybody's posting and all the cool cards that are out there, and a lot of times you envy those things, then you're drawn to continue to chase, to spend money and chase.
My sorry to be off topic. My son just left the house with goggles. Is that a thing kids are doing right now? Like, I tried to I was like, no, just wait, just like water goggles.
Is
Does
he
he have a-
paintballing?
Is there snow out there?
Oh, that's maybe what. No, but it's not. It's I know that's it wasn't he wouldn't do that.
Oh,
I know my boy. Anyway, sorry to get that just caught me really off guard.
I'll text him.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. Next hot take. That was a great hot take, Trunk Slam.
Very
Chest.
good one.
Yeah, that was excellent. Okay, last one. Steel ad. Prices of everything from card, ink, printing, packaging, technologies for new designs, staff wages, incremental, etc. are all rising with the world as it is. New products are just inflating in prices along with everything else in the world. Well, found an Upper Deck employee's ghost account. I'd like to go first, please. I agree with everything as a business owner. Thank you so much for saying all of that. And I'm going to show you another side behind the curtain. Also, as a business owner, I look for every opportunity I can use to my disposal as an excuse to my customers. Supply chain issues. Oh, they were short staff at the repair shop. You know, the guy had a baby and blah, 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 blah. I don't call them excuses. I call them good opportunities. So it's a healthy balance. You try to, I think way more people need to take in hand with their thoughts what Steel Ad just said. Nobody ever brings this up. Nobody has said what Steel Ad said other than pretty much Josh that I know, right? You got to think of it from their point of view. What, the billionaires? It's like, okay, dude, relax. Like, we're all trying to make a living here. I agree with this hobby hot take, and I don't think it's a hot take. I think it's a reality, but it's a fine line. And it's a fine line, right? Louis, what do you think?
Good take.
Yeah. Okay,
Honest.
good. Dave,
Yeah, I mean, same. Yep.
Joshua,
Josh is
Let me
having
know
a
if this
party.
surprises you, my answer. I think he's correct that these do factor into it, but I think as a consumer or customer of their products, it's not my problem. Upper Deck's job is to deliver a value to me as a collector and purchaser at a price where I feel like I do get the value and the hoops they have to jump through or the issues they have to deal with on their end. That's the cost of doing business and not my concern.
you know, it's kind of funny. All the cards we buy, they made their money on day one release.
Yeah.
So all these, every deal at the expo, Upper Deck doesn't get $1.
No.
They got their money already.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny,
Well-
hey? Like if you look at it from a bird's eye view a little bit, look at this whole marketplace. It's all third party.
Or
It's
when
crazy.
box prices double and triple, they're not making more money.
Well, they're just
already-
getting in on the action. That's
Mhm.
kind of what it is, right? Like when they're trying. We've said this before. I listen. Business is business. If the demand is there, yeah, so raise the price. That's great. It's the initial. It's the coming out of the gate. 4 bills, 5 bills. Let's see if we can get this. It's that. That's the sting, right? You want them to feel like they're a part of your group. That is not a group feeling. Yeah, that's only happened once or twice though. I'm not too worried about that being a thing. You know.
Good job, Phil. What was it?
Yeah.
Anyone want to highlight one hot take in particular he felt was extraordinarily spicy or good?
Nothing beats the McDavid one. From a couple weeks ago, it was crazy.
You like Tories, Louis?
I do because it cost me whatever to get into a break spot, that doesn't mean it's what the good card I got's worth now.
Yeah, I just think that's common sense.
Mhm.
I don't think, like, do you have friends that think that? I don't think, like, isn't that
I
one of those
don't.
things
Like punch them.
like, are you friends with 8 vegans? Probably not. Right? Like, what are you going after dinner? Not that there's anything wrong, but it's just like-mindedness, right? I don't think that makes sense. I don't even understand that.
So when you go on eBay, you see a lot of cards that are crazy overpriced, correct? Like you
Yes.
see card, like it's like a
Yeah.
$30 card and someone has it listed for $250.
For
correct?
every card out there, every single one there. That
I
exists,
think what
yeah.
happens is someone spends $200, $250 on a box, and the best hit they hit was a $30 card, and then they try to sell it for $250 because they want to recoup their costs. So I think a lot of that happens. They're never going to get it, or unless someone accidentally buys it and just doesn't know. But
That's like my comment on the Upper Deck, all like their costs. It's like whatever you paid for a card is your problem. It's worth what it's worth.
Yeah, just because you're a naive agent
Entrepreneur.
doesn't mean I'm going to be one. I'm trying to not use another term, like an unwillingly a misguided sympathizer, let's say.
Yeah. Well,
That
I just had this happen to me at the Minnesota Card Show. There's a 2018 Mario Lemieux or 2017, whatever one they're not in the All-Star jerseys, a Seismic Gold PSA 10. And I was probably going to buy it. It was like the last comp was like $265. And I asked the guy who had it at his in his case, there wasn't a sticker on it. I asked, well, what are you asking for? He said $650. I was like, I showed him card ladder. I'm like, well, last one sold for $265, and he's like, well, I paid like $580 for it.
Yeah,
or
Walker,
something.
just
and I'm like, well, I'm not going to pay you $600 just because if the card's worth $250. I mean,
well, don't say who it was, but is he a big? I'm assuming there's not a lot of traffic, and it's not a Bobby Big Wheel kind of dealer.
Oh, he had nice cards, but it's like you're not gonna. It's the it's a sunk cost at that point, right? It's on that card you might be waiting 20 years for.
That's a lot of local shows, right? You go to any city's local shows, it's usually 60%, 70% the same guys every month, and those are the cards.
But you'll still see that like even in the expo, I'll be talking to someone about a card and they'll say, hey, yeah, I can't sell it to you for that price because I'm in this amount. And I'm like, well,
Tough.
It's a
no,
totally
it's
different
worth,
mindset.
so good luck selling it at that price. So
Sorry.
and then
Yeah,
you
that's-
just walk away.
Right.
It's like, okay, we're
Maybe don't
very,
say it
very
out loud.
far off.
I don't know.
That's more fun.
Slab Sharks is a Gongshow partner sponsor. Thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction ends tonight. Something like 6,000 sports cards are ending in the auction. Most of them are hockey cards, which is amazing. Head to slabsharks.com, get those bids in, mark your favorites. Did you guys see that there's a Celebrini Young Guns acetate in there?
No.
I would
What's
love
it at
that
now?
card.
Like
I haven't looked in the last couple of days, but I would assume it goes for mucho dinero.
Is it nice? Is it a nice picture of Sully?
Yeah.
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 How's the
Great
stick
card.
on those acetate cards? If the stick gets too thin, oh boy, watch that penny sleeve.
I don't remember exactly if there's a stick in it or not, but now I'll check after our show.
Okay.
Just keep
It
talking.
is-
I'll find it.
Okay. It is
Have you
selling
ever-
season. What?
Have you ever remembered to like when you're at the expo to like look at auctions? I always have a very hard time remembering to do
No.
that. I feel like that would be a great time to buy because there's like a lot of the people who you're competing with.
It's
on-
not what it's not what you'd think so, but once again, there's so many people that collect that are just not.
I
If you have
realize
Expo
that,
FOMO, Dave,
I-
you might like do retail therapy through Slab Sharks.
what I'm saying is I've battled with like you, Josh, and we didn't even know that we were the ones raising the price. So like if we're battling for cards in our own little tiny community, you open it up to the expo. I'm just saying, like that's walking around on the floor on Thursday, that might be a great time.
You
to
just
pay attention to those
gave
auctions.
you gave me a great idea. We should have a party, an auction party of heavy hitters, the top 100 collectors in North America of hockey only. And then we'll have an auction. We'll have 50 auctions of all cards we want, and we'll end it at all the same time, and we'll gas the room. We'll make them all pass out so they can't bid, and then we'll all win. Yeah. Not kill them. I'm just saying pass out, right? And they wake up like, what happened? Like, You lost all your cards. I didn't steal them. I paid for them.
When we're in prison, will we be able to have our cards there with us, or
We'll
Would
just
you
have
go to
them
prison
delivered
for
there.
that? That's not violence.
yeah, you go to prison for a long time.
Involuntarily knocking everybody unconscious.
I'm curious. Listen. That'd be worth a year. Wouldn't that be worth a year? Come on.
Yeah,
If we could do it together.
depends on the
Huh?
card. Yeah, let's
Maybe.
brainstorm that.
Phil
idea.
dropped his soap in the shower again. There's the Celebrini Young Guns estate.
Oh, great card. Great. And look, there's no stick. You're probably not going to clip the penny sleeve, but a lot of the acetates have the cards that go to the side of the card, and the penny sleeve clips it. And you're like, oh, it's a horrible moment. It's a horrible moment. That's a great card, eh, boys? Wow. Looks
It
good.
is.
Good picture. Nice.
It is a great card. Would love this card. Yeah, I'm guessing well over 10,000, right?
It's at 88 right now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
8,800.
Yeah.
It's Bizarro world, man. This is
I bet you that goes
take my
over.
crazy pills.
What does the McDavid go for?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
25.
15 grand, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. 15 American.
Mhm. So I
bet
did a
you-
record sale post that I haven't posted, but by the time people see this, it would have posted. Do you guys want to guess what the first Matthew Schaefer Young Guns clear cut PSA 10 sold for?
7,800.
Yeah, American.
Yeah.
Oh
so-
my gosh.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's just a clear cut. That's
I
not an
remember the price, dude. What does that tell you? That's
Oh,
yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
goodness.
Phil, somebody took over your body. It is selling season. If you're not using Slab Sharks to help sell your cards on eBay, you're missing out. They make it simple by doing all the work, and we really mean pretty much all the work. All you got to do is box up your cards, ship them into Slab Sharks, and they do the rest. And if you're an American hockey cards collector, good for you. It's even better. We partnered with the team at Slab Sharks to be the official U.S. submission center, meaning you don't have to worry about the pain and hassle of international shipping to get your cards in the biggest weekly hockey auction there is. If you've never tried it, my recommendation would be to pick 10, 20 cards worth maybe $15 and above and try it out. I do not think you'll be disappointed. For complete consignment information, including payout rates, and to get the submission process started today, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Come on, Phil, some Expo energy. Let's go.
What? I news of the hobby.
Okay, you used to lead in enthusiasm for hobby news.
I'm my tank's low right now. I'm doing the best I can.
Okay,
Fill it up.
not a lot. We have one story today to go through, but an interesting one. I saw this on ESPN. There's been a record sale for a hockey jersey, the most expensive hockey jersey to ever sell. It's a Wayne Gretzky's last Edmonton Oilers jersey worn during Game 4 of the 1988 Stanley Cup Finals, where he clinched his fourth and final title. Just sold at Golden Auctions for $2,806,000 US dollars.
Amazing. Look at the Nike swoosh at the bottom. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather CCM, of course, but I mean, it's pretty cool Nike.
Again, it's the most ever paid for a Gretzky jersey. The previous high sale was the same jersey, sold in 2022 for $1.452 million. So it almost doubled in 4 years, which isn't bad. Because players wore few jerseys back in the day, this specific sweater had also been photo matched by My Gray to some other significant games. So game 1 of the same Stanley Cup final, so it was worn in game 1 and game 4 that's been photo matched. Also, a regular season game from March 1st, 1988, when Gretzky recorded his 1,050th career assist, which at the time passed Gordie Howe to make Gretzky the NHL's all-time assist leader.
Some history in that jersey.
Some history in that jersey there. But if you go back to the Cup Finals Game 4 for a second, if you may recall, Dave won't because he doesn't think hockey existed in 1988.
Did.
Game 4 was a very controversial game. Do you remember why, Phil?
Isn't that where Steve Smith shot the puck in his own net? No, that wasn't.
No.
No.
So the game was actually played twice, sort of.
Oh, I don't even know this.
The first attempt to play Game 4 was on May 4th, 1988. Edmonton was in Boston and had a 3-0 series lead The game was tied 3-3 with less than 4 minutes to go in the second period when the electricity at the Boston Garden went out and they couldn't get it back on.
Get out. That's
No way.
crazy. I've always wondered if something like that happened. Yeah.
So they decided to play a brand new game and start it over again at 0-0 2 days later, in which Edmonton won 6-3, clinching the Stanley Cup. So there's also that crazy circumstance around this jersey too. Here's my question for you guys. And then Louis, if you want to chime in, you can pop into. If you owned this $2.8 million Wayne Gretzky jersey, what would you do with it? My prediction is Phil would Donald Duck it around his house for a while.
I would definitely wear it. Yeah. I
You would?
definitely. I wouldn't leave my house. I'd have to give myself some Phil rules, but I would definitely wear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's mine? I can do what I want with it. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Is there a way to display it safely? That's what I would.
Yeah. Friday night with the girlfriends. Yeah. That jersey and a
No, the
Phil
jersey.
girlfriend?
Phil.
A1. Yeah, A1.
What would you do with it, Dave? Would you wear
I
it?
would be, I don't know. I would be so terrified owning something that expensive. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe if I was like worth $1 billion, then yeah, I would just wear it around. Maybe I'd wear it around outside. I don't know. But like with my financialness, like I would be completely like, I would just have it secured somewhere and I would be afraid to touch it.
Wouldn't this be a better
worst? I would be the worst person to own that jersey.
Wouldn't this be a better thought exercise if it was like within your budget, let's say, and it was just like a, just a heavy asset in your portfolio? What would you do with it then?
That would be like my nephew's like Squirt A jersey. That'd be within my budget right now. So that's a bad question. Okay, let me ask this question to the group. Is there a better game worn jersey you would rather have for like that would be more significant for Wayne Gretzky?
Not that Gretzky has big Team Canada significance, but 87 would be nice. Team Canada. Yeah.
Okay.
Just because of the jersey. I think a lot of that's because of the way the jersey looks. Just makes me feel like, Canada. Strong jersey. A lot of
I'd rather have a blue one.
I think we're red and white, Louis. We don't have blue in our flag.
You don't want his like 99 All-Star jersey or something like that? Was that like 98, 99 was like teal
Oh, no. Oh, okay. How about this? Would you boys rather the Campbell Conference?
Oh.
Right? I think I'd rather that than the Oilers. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough though because All-Star games are so meaningless, right? But the jersey game was on point there.
On point. Oh, a black and a white, a home and away. Oh,
yeah.
I would love to have a Kings jersey, but there's no like significant
you shouldn't have
accomplishment really with the Kings. So he didn't win a Stanley Cup, and I don't know if he really broke any
California
records.
into the conversation about
But
good jerseys.
yeah. I like the Kings jerseys. They're awesome.
Well, it's your hockey team. I would hope so.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to move on to our Spring Expo preview. The Expo week is here, boys. I guess we're lucky that in this hobby that Christmas comes twice a year for us, right? We get the Spring and Fall Expo. I can't stress enough to people, and this is where I want to start, that if you've never been and have the means to go in both time and affordability and all that stuff, it is worth it. It is more than worth it. Have you guys ever met someone that regretted going to the Expo?
I met someone who regretted going out to dinner at the Expo because he's got his car broken into. But other than that, if your name's not Mike Fleury, you're good.
I thought you were going to refer to what Josh ate.
No, that's his. He's a.
I regretted getting the salmon at Arizona's. I might run it back and test it, for science.
Just for fun.
For science.
I would never say I regretted going to the expo, but you could say I regretted going to it for the fact that it ruined every card show locally to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, here's the thing. If you haven't been, if you love the hobby, you want to hang out with the most cards and the best cards. And then I think more importantly, and this will, I'm sure, be a theme for all of us, thousands of like-minded people for a long weekend. It is hockey card heaven. We've called it that for years. And I guess we'll start our preview just by, because I don't know, I think some people are interested. hopefully, in sort of our Gong Show family itinerary. Like any proper family vacation, you need an annoying type A family member that plans out every second for every person and is completely annoying about it. And that person is me. So
We don't
now
even have a
Louis,
Gong Show
Dave,
mom.
and Phil are going to find out everything they're going to do every day, and they don't get to question. They just say, "Thank you, sir. May I please have another?"
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it up. You won't make it all the way there, buddy.
Okay. No, it is always a goal for us to balance work and play at the expo. The fall expo for us becomes a lot more work. And so what we really try to do is make the spring expo more about play. Baba Louie and I will take off for Toronto in our traditional minivan, which we already have. We've secured the minivan. It's white. It's 2026 and has no features.
Plain Jane.
We're going to leave very, very early on Tuesday morning at 3:30 in the morning.
You mean we
by
left
about
very early Tuesday
No,
morning?
we left very, very early. Yes, sorry. By 9:30 a.m., the most embarrassing pictures of me will be floating around everywhere, and Phil will pee his pants in giddiness and merriment, which I accept at this point.
Just waiting for those.
Yeah.
So Louis and I stay in Windsor on Tuesday night and get our, we got to kind of dip our toes in the pool in Canada. We go and, just get acclimate a little bit to the seawater there. And then we'll head to Toronto very early Wednesday morning. First thing we have planned is we're going to go check out the Slab Sharks offices.
Oh, yeah. You guys haven't been, eh? It's a
No.
blast, man. You're going to love it. It's good.
Very excited to scope out the operation. From there, we'll probably head to maybe Total Sports, check out Grant from GP Sports at Total Sports. A lot of sports. And then we're going to go to the show for setup day. We got to help AMG get Reloaded stuff set up. It's always fun to say hi to friends. So, yeah, any other saucy plans for you guys on Wednesday or yesterday?
I will be flying on an airplane for 6 hours.
Do you think your arms will get sore?
No, not at all.
This is my Phil dad joke.
Should try for canoe.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. Choked on my own spit.
And then on
That happens. Man.
Thursday, wait, you're helping AMG on Wednesday or Thursday morning?
Yesterday.
Please. Can we cut the knot? Helping what? You're putting up a banner and you're putting boxes on a table. So we're at 11 minutes.
We're mainly annoying them while they're setting up their booth.
I want cookies. I want Sherry's cookies.
We can get our cookies
Chocolate chip,
and then
please.
we can walk around and pretend like we're there to help. But really, we're just getting the first,
No,
first
yeah,
card.
no, and you're there. Okay, now this show's about honesty. And Sherry, the
We're
proprietor,
turning a leaf.
the owner of AMG Sports, our good friends of the show, our partners in Gong Show Reloaded, she is very kind and generous and brings snacks intended for hundreds of people for the expo. But somebody on this screen houses all of them right away. The other way, Louis.
I'm pointing at Dave, aren't I?
Nope.
No.
The other
Might be
way.
the other corner.
Dude,
There you go.
seriously?
Yeah. Dyslexic or what?
No, here I know why.
Is it backwards on your screen?
It doesn't matter why, man. It
But
happens.
listen, Sherry saw that I was in need one expo. I was struggling with a lack of, I
You're
had
not
spent all my,
diabetic.
I had spent all my money. I was drained with energy, and she knew she needed to give me some granola bars and some drinks. And she
So
took care
that's
of
a license to eat every one of their snacks because you did. You housed
Well,
them.
Well, I was hungry.
Well, it was
Every time I
nice
walked
though.
by, there was people staring at me. I didn't know. I was like, why are these people staring at me? I think they thought I was the granola bar bandit, but I
Yeah.
wasn't. It was you.
It did work out though. I got hungry about an hour later. I was walking around with Dave, and he's like, "Oh, hey, well, I got a granola bar for you if you want one."
Like 5 in my pocket.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
Harry or Lloyd with an
granola?
extra pair of gloves on.
Is there granola and granola bars anymore?
I don't
Or
know.
is it all just adhesive paste?
Then we'll check into the Chateau Gong show on Wednesday, hang out. And I mean, I think for us on the show, it's we're best friends on screens most of the year, and very few times a year we get to be best friends in real life. And so that's what I'm looking. I don't think Phil, I haven't seen you in 6 months.
Yeah, a long
in person.
time. Yeah, a long time. I've seen Dave. I've only seen Dave. Yeah.
Mhm. So we'll have a good time. Then Thursday is the preview show. I think Thursday from like 4 to 8, and that's where you get your first taste at some of the cards. I can also announce, because it's finalized on Thursday, I'm going to be interviewing Jason Mashra on the main stage at 5:30. I've been working on, as a hockey card journalist, I've been working on my questions. And so I'm very excited to have that conversation with Jason again. We'll be playing that on next Thursday's podcast. So a week from today. And then
What time
for
is that interview at?
5:30.
5:30. I wish I do want the expo to do a better job at like announcing when those are happening, because a lot of times I don't hear it or know, you know?
They made a hockey card of me. Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh,
A hockey
no.
card?
Yeah, they made I'm an O-Pee-Chee premiere.
What?
It's on their website.
Oh,
I
boy.
was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So very, very excited to talk to Jason again, and glad that he's going to be there. And then I think it started at 8:00 is the Hobby Social Night hosted by Grant and Jeremy Lee at Arizona's. What if we all got the salmon to see what happens?
Not going to happen.
I'm not
Okay.
playing Russian roulette.
Just don't get
There's
food there,
no-
man.
Yeah.
That's the best.
And and then Friday, Saturday, we'll be hanging out at the show basically all day. And I think 11:30 is sort of the informal meeting time that we're for all of us at the AMG booth that Evan has put together. Sunday morning, we'll record our podcast from the Chateau. One of my favorite pods to do because we all get to be in person and do it together. Then we'll head to the show for the last day a little bit, and then hang out Sunday night, and everybody goes home Monday. That's sort of the we're going to do a bunch of content at the house. Phil's got
Yeah, fun stuff.
some fun stuff planned, and just want to give a little insights, into our Chateau life there a little bit. So I want to, give us all the opportunity just to share like personal thoughts or goals that we have for the show. And I have a couple, first of all is to have fun. I was very stressed at the Fall Expo for like a billion stupid reasons. And so my 6-month goal has been to, again, focus on the fun. And because it is the best time and it's my favorite time in this whole experience. And the best part is seeing friends. I've also got a goal where I want to, because I'm not the most like Phil, like you're very outgoing. Dave, you're outgoing. Louis, all you guys are more naturally outgoing in crowds than me. And the one thing that this expo in particular has taught me is that when you put yourself out there, good things can happen. So I've recommitted, on my personal goals to make new friends and push myself out of my comfort zone in that regard. Very excited to meet in person Evan, our Discord manager, Mad Dog.
Oh,
Nav.
nice.
I've never met him in person. Yeah, he's
Oh,
coming with his
great.
dad.
That's awesome, dude. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait. That'll be great.
Mhm. And I hope to make some new friends too. It seems like every show we go to, we meet new people that kind of stick with us in our community, and it's always great, there. And then, I mean, it sounds cliche, but the I don't know how you guys feel. The show is great. The cards are great. I love the expo. I like being at the house, the Chateau, almost more. Like if I had to, if you made me choose one or the other, I would stay at the house and not go to the show just because I like hanging out with you guys so much. So, it's like a frat house for a bunch of 40-year-olds.
I'm not in a rush. We're never in a rush to get to the expo. I'm not, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Nice,
just-
casual, ease into it.
we just all get along so well, and it's so much fun. And then I do hope to pick up a few cards. Lastly, we're kind of in investment mode as we're kind of have shared our plans to building Gongshow Studios. I've spent a lot of my money on businessy stuff, and so it's not a big card show for me. But and I shared this before. There's one expo I went to. I did not buy a single card and had the best time.
Mm-hmm.
So the cards are amazing, and I would love to come with a whole pile of amazing new PC cards, but I think the cards bring you into the hobby, and the people keep you in it. That's the way that I look at it. So those are my thoughts. I don't know, Louis, if you want to go next, if you have anything you want to share.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'll follow off with you. Yeah. And it's not going to be a big card chase for me because I bought some other things that I wanted to make my life a little simpler with the show here, but I am super excited to see the boys. I'm ready for another Expo adventure. Is this what you said was kind of cliche, Josh? Seeing all our buddies, our friends, and meeting new people, but that seriously is one of the best things about it. Hanging out with people that you've maybe chatted with but never seen face to face that are there for the first time. As for goals, I don't have any. Each expo that I've been to has been completely different. I mean, the cards are there, but
Yeah.
different always happening constantly. If anything, for me, maybe find something new to collect. I'm kind of, Dave and I were talking a little while ago, I'm kind of in this stuck spot where I really don't know what I want to chase or go after, but I'm ready for another collecting
You
journey.
should talk to Phil about princess cards.
Oh, how about those neon, Phil?
Neon. Whoa, more specific?
Is it Mickey Mouse and all those characters?
What's the
they're
neon
called?
connection?
Wasn't that what they're called?
No,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
Lorcana?
enough about them. Huh?
Lorcana? Are you doing the game?
No, I'll
No?
find it later.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not up to date with it.
I'm not. I
I
just
do
saw
love
them when we
Disney
were at
cards, but I
Sure.
don't actually know much about them.
I saw when we were at a card shop and I thought they were interesting. But
No.
I did, if you've never been to the card show and you want a picture of it, Josh put it out there perfectly saying hockey card heaven. This here is exactly how I feel when I do walk in there.
Oh,
That's how it is.
Oh, you made a little picture.
Yeah.
You should
Yeah.
print
Give
that.
us
Put it on
that.
the fridge.
I'll give you one. How about
Did you
that?
say put it on your fridge?
you should sign it and inscribe it. Make a magnet out of it. Fridge
One
magnet.
of one.
Yeah.
One. But yeah, I'm super jacked up, you guys. It's no goals. Just go have fun.
Philip, what do you hope to accomplish this week at the Spring Sport Card Expo?
Bunch of sappy losers. I'm there for the cards, baby. I need a better 86, 87 Dion O-Pee-Chee. I want to trade up. I have about 4 to 5 grand frivolous cash. I want a Crosby, big one. Want to hammer that home. I want to make sure my big deal goes smooth with Riley. I've been warned he gets a little squirrely around Expo time, but something about his girlfriend. I don't know. I don't want to
Okay.
rain on his parade too much, but I love the guy, so we're gonna make this work. It's gonna be good. I want to grade my McDavid and get my BGS 10. You hear that? I want my BGS 10, and then I'm gonna trade it on the floor, and I'm gonna find so after my trade, I'm gonna find a non-creepy way to hang out with Marcel Dion.
Impossible.
I have to find certain people and talk to them about certain things. I have to make sure.
Well, what does that mean?
Doesn't
Fine.
matter. I have to make sure I put a beeper on Dave so I can track him down when I get trapped, because I have to trap him. And I know he's got a bum back right now, so this won't be that difficult.
No. He
Doesn't
wants
matter.
to
You're
get
done.
all
You're
his
done.
cards in my backpack. He doesn't carry it. He walks around with a stack, and then when he finds me, he throws all his crap in my backpack. So I have to.
I
carry
knew
it
you.
around.
I knew you were going to say that. I bought my own backpack. Thank you. Okay.
If
Now
there was
I'm
a
done.
movie
Let's
that
Just gonna
described. Wait,
forget
wait.
the backpack at the house. It's
Where are
gonna
you going to
go.
go when I chop block you down? You're going to go nowhere. You're like, oh, my back. Like, ah.
If there was a movie that described Phil at an expo, it'd be Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Because that's
Yeah, I got stuff to do. Okay. Yeah. So where I'm gonna I have to pick up Carter and Justin at the airport on Thursday. Every expo, I'm like, okay, so I live in Ontario. The Toronto Expo is in Ontario as well. We have a big gym in Canada. It's very average. It's called Good Life Fitness.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was
originally.
Denny's.
So anyways, the gym's like 15 minutes away from our Airbnb. So I have no excuse. No excuse.
I'll go with
I
you.
make them.
I'll go with you.
I know, Dave, you're not helping. I'm trying to find reasons not to go, and you're giving me reasons to go. So, anyways, I might try to hit the gym. I have to bring black garbage bags every freaking time. I'll bring my contractor bags. Well, it'll clean up too for the whole time. What else? Yeah, that's it. I was maybe thinking about bringing my used one touches to sell, but that feels a little homeless, like what do they call that? Panhandling?
Panhandling, yeah.
You
I-
should
I
buy
don't
Phil's
see-
one touches, but I'll hand you
Yeah, I
some
know,
brand new ones.
Who let
Yeah.
the homeless guy in? No, he's with those other guys. Like, are you sure?
Your itinerary is missing Denny's. Is that not in the program at all, or
I
what?
didn't think of it. I'm just so used to I'm just used to going there. It's muscle memory. Yeah, I should have wrote that in. I didn't.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can't-
I don't know if Denny's, because I'm meeting you guys at 11. I don't eat till like noon or 1. I might
Well,
not get, I might have to do Denny's when I'm going home.
We can go to Denny's for you after if you want.
You said you hate Denny's. Dave gives Dave's the
worst.
poopies.
You
No,
should get
Dave
the
won't be
salmon
there
there.
yet.
No, don't. Man, what's the matter with you? I wouldn't get I wouldn't get anything but breakfast at Denny's, to
I
be
would
honest.
get nothing
You
at
don't.
Denny's.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Louis. Confirmed by an American.
California
was-
Dave, what's your plans at the Sport Card Expo?
Okay, I'm really excited because I am finally making a deal with Grant on a very big purchase.
Sort of.
And sort of. So Phil is gonna record it, or I'm
Maybe.
gonna he's still bitter about the Swayman deal that I ditched him and he wasn't able to get that on camera. So there's still some hurt feelings about that.
Eye for an eye, David. I'm old school. I'm Old Testament. Eye for an eye.
So, but I am working with Grant. I talked to him actually today, which was a few days ago. And so he's bringing me the Robitaille Shield, and I'm bringing a good down payment for it with another piece of paper with an IOU on it. And so yeah, I'm very excited.
And another piece of paper with an IOU for everything else you want to buy that you got to owe somebody money for.
Exactly. So, but I am bringing some other funds for other things. I'm going to try very hard to stretch that through Sunday, which has been a very hard thing for me in the past. I haven't ever really make it to Saturday. Speaking of which, the other thing I'm looking forward to is paying Sam back the $100 I borrowed from him last expo. So I can finally be square with Sam. So yeah. So and then of course, my favorite part is just hanging out at the chateau, ripping wax with my buddies, and seeing new people and talking to people and seeing a bunch of old friends that I haven't seen in 6 months. So it's heaven. Not just for the hockey cards. It's just heaven.
Good.
Love it.
All right, thank you, boys, for that. It is a tradition for us in our Expo preview shows to have Mikey Singer from MKEM Productions on the show. Mikey is, of course, the man behind the scenes at the Expo. Him and his team are in charge of getting the show set up and making sure it runs smoothly. Always fun to check in with Mikey, see what's in store for Hockey Card Heaven. So here's our conversation from the other day with Mikey Singer. Happy to welcome back to the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, Mikey Singer. Hey, Mikey, how are you, bud?
Great.
Mikey.
Great. Pumped. But I was just saying, I'm really pumped. A little bit pulled in a couple different directions today, but super excited. It's go time for us.
How many years now have you helped put together the Sport Card Expo?
So the first year was 2018. So
Wow.
we've been doing it 8 years, and it really, time flies. And when we started, it was one show. I'm not going to say it was a small show because it was never a small show. That's the one thing about the Toronto event, has always been a big show, even in just general consumer shows, let alone the hobby. But yeah, it was one 2018. We had 2 shows in Toronto, and that was that. And at the end of this year, we'll have finished 9 sport card expos.
That is crazy. What to me is notable about the show this week is we're literally at the historical apex of the trading card hobby. It's never been bigger. It's never been more popular. And so how are you guys kind of adjusting and planning around that?
To make room, we have more space. The show is the biggest footprint it's ever been. There's an additional 90,000 square feet. And I feel like every time we do this, we do this podcast, I'm saying the same thing. Biggest show ever. But it really is. We added a full other hall to the event to incorporate all the new vendors. So there's one of the best things about this hobby and the show itself is that every single person with a collection is a potential vendor. And not even potential. Like they all want to get in because they want to buy, sell, and look and be part of the community. As you're not just creators, but you're really part of the community at the show. This is your 7th show in a row? Yeah,
something like
Sure.
that.
Yeah, Josh, great. Yeah, boys. But that's it. So you get to know, like, a lot of the vendors. You're working with them. You're part of the community. It's not just visitors, right? Like, you're part of the community. You're doing all the auxiliary stuff, the trade nights. You're doing, the Jeremy Lee preview night. Like, all of that really adds to the community aspect. And again, like, that's what's so cool about it.
I want to.
It is go ahead.
I want to backtrack just for a second with Mikey and working with the show. Now, millions of people have seen you because they watch our show.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but they don't know exactly what you do. They see you running around doing stuff. What are you in control of there? What are you doing? Because I get a lot of people that say, I see him running around, but I don't know what he's doing. What does he do?
That's awesome. Well, you do hear my voice during show. It's different than pre-show. So
If you're the owner of a purple Mazda,
yeah,
move it or it will be towed.
And don't forget that message gets progressively more aggressive online, or not online, but in my voice. Yeah, and it starts with "please move it" to "please move it now" to "we're gonna tow this.
We're gonna bomb your car if you
exactly.
don't move it right now.
I got all the players taking baseball bats to it. No, the show itself. So my team is hired by Steve, the owner of the event, to help him execute his event. So, as the owner of that company, my job really is to really fundamentally work with him on a day-to-day basis to make sure the show runs smoothly, that we've got great partnerships, that those partnerships are being executed. One of my teammates works with him every day, all day, and that's Drew, who every single one of our exhibitors who watch, and there's, you made a joke about people seeing me. They do. They come up to me. They're like, I saw you on the Hockey Cards Gongshow. And I'm like, yep, yeah, that was me. But yeah, so it's really cool. And he's handling every exhibitor call coming in. He's working a ton. I have 5 other staff who are there, Anthony in the front. If anyone goes for autographs, you can see Cole back there servicing 1,000 different people. Some of them very, very irate for whatever reason, and he handles them. So my whole team of staff are there making sure that this show runs. And then on site, I get to use the microphone, making announcements. Sometimes I get to be on stage and interview people when I can't convince Josh to do it or Jeremy. And then, I get the fun job of also owning an event experiential company. And we work with eBay as well. So there's a lot of different hats that we wear at the show. And I think the most important one is making sure that each attendee comes out with a great experience. And those are the people who are shopping for cards, coming for a day with their family, or coming specifically for autographs. And we really try to make that autograph section, the Ultra Pro autograph section, a really fun experience, and we want people to create memories, and not bad ones, but really good ones, and walk away with the show feeling good about, the investment they made, because none of this is cheap, and everything in the world is a little more expensive now. So we want to make sure they're getting the most for their hobby dollar.
Perfect.
So you said 90,000 more square feet. How many square feet is the show now?
It's like 270,000 square feet.
Jeez. How does that compare to the National?
Nationals, I think, like 500,000.
You made a point to me once, though, that I hadn't considered. And I mean, hey, it's a little bit of convenient logic, but I'm on Team Hockey Hobby, that the Nationals once a year and the Expo is twice a year.
I couldn't stop smiling because I knew you said it. We're technically bigger, because you look at it and like combined audience and combined square footage. It's and that's a testament. And I mean, I've been to the National. That thing is massive.
Yeah,
it really is. And what they
might be too big if that's a thing.
Oh no, not for a show organizer. I can't say it. I can't say that ever. As long as they service the community well, right? As long as the community can get in and people can get out, and there's lots of fun to be had at the show. There's never too big. It's just, how organized it is and how well run it is. So for us, there'll never be a point where I say, yes, show, too many people, too many booths, too many sponsors. But as long as we stay on top of it and keep making the experience better. And that's one thing the owner of the show has done since he took over, is really invest in the show, invest in different aspects of the show to make it a better experience for each of our attendees and all our stakeholders.
So when you add 90,000 square feet, what does that mean as far as like how many more vendors you can accommodate?
Hundreds of more different vendors are coming in. Hundreds of more vendors, and then we have more endemic sponsors who are coming into the space. So the hobby, as you said, is at the apex as it's ever been. So there's more people investing in and creating, different apps, different ways to engage in the hobby. So, we have two new sponsors that are coming in and going to take out space. Our endemic sponsors like eBay has launched a new live selling platform with eBay Live. And they're going, they launched it with us at the Collector Super Show in February. And now they're continuing to refocus on that with the biggest booth they've ever done. So they're taking, they've grown to a 40 by 40. All of our current vendors are all bugging Steven saying, can I get 2 more? Can I get 3 more? Because the shows warrant it. And it's funny. This is the only space where you'll have a show where the vendors are buying, and that's as good as selling for them at the show. Everyone's like, oh, I'm spending 100,000, I'm spending 500,000. It's like this never happens. No one at the home show is like, hey, I'm a roofer, I'm spending $100,000 on your business there. So it's a neat different concept and play on the shows.
Were you able to accommodate every potential vendor request with this expansion, or is there still more demand than supply?
There's always more demand than supply, and it's also timing. So it's just about having enough time to process every single person. I think we're going to have more chance to, and that's why Steve did it, was to get more people in. We don't want to ever grow the show more than it's made to handle. You don't want to feel empty in there. You don't want vendors to feel like they didn't see people. So he always strategically grows it. So I do think we'll be able to service most, if not all, of the people who've been on the waiting list and dying to get in, which is nice. There's some people who've been sitting on the waiting list for a year and a half. So this really, the growth over the last couple of years has been the impetus to get more and more of these people an opportunity to vend at the show.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would assume, I think you even alluded to this, it's not just accommodating new vendors, but given where the hobby is at, there must be a lot of existing vendors that want to add 2, 3, 4 more tables too.
Oh, 100%. And we don't even sell in tables, right? It's in booths, which is the difference between Steve's show and a lot of the other card shows. And they do. There's a lineup to add more booths and get different positioning and things like that. So it's really hard to accommodate everyone. It's a tough job. Thankfully, I don't have to personally do it, so that's a Steve and Drew problem. I get the job of selling dreams and air to partnerships and gentlemen like you.
Nice. Are you expecting record attendance then too? I would assume
100%. And if not for the show overall, definitely for our spring show, and that's just indicative of the hobby and I think the show in general. We talked about this. It's 7 shows for you in a row. You've been there, front row seat to seeing the growth and the change, and also the change in the crowd. It was far more, I would say, male dominated, skewed a little bit older, and I think that's changing. A lot of people my age have come in with families, and they're dragging. I don't know if they're dragging their families along, but I know from my kid's school, there's 5, 10 kids who are coming to the card show from my kid's school.
Wow.
And talk to me every day about it. And a lot of my friends' kids want to talk about it, like who's coming to the show, what cards. I look at cards all the time, like a lot of FaceTimes with a lot of friends' kids, taking a look at their cards and things like that. So it's really fun. It's really nice to see the growth and change in the hobby. And as long as everyone stays committed to making it a great experience for that end consumer, this hobby has nowhere but up to grow.
Yeah, I've thought about this show and growth quite a bit, putting myself in owner Steve's shoes or Mikey Singer's shoes a little bit. And to me, I think there's a little bit of a conundrum when it comes to the fall and spring expo, because the hobby is growing. I view that I mean, all card shows are awesome. I think they're an integral part of the hobby. But to me, these, as a hockey card collector, these two shows are special. It's like, we started talking like this, where it's more than just cases of cards.
Mm-hmm.
That it's the people aspect. It kind of feels like a hobby reunion almost, is the way that I would put it. And I think we've even maybe mentioned this on the show once or twice. I can see maybe the temptation to add a third kind of official or fourth, maybe do a quarterly, like a Dallas card show or something like that. But then I think too, though, that would it lose is there something good about it being twice a year? And I guess you could say the same thing maybe about the National here in the US. If they did it every month, would it still be the National at that point? Or would it just get too much and where it would lose some of that magic? Does that make sense to you?
It does, and I think you bring up a valid point about both our show. Although we do have 3 shows now in Toronto. We have the Collector Super Show, which is more of a mashup and a different.
Yeah, that's more of like a TCG kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a mix of a TCG. It's a TCG partnership with the sport card, so it's not the same of what we did. We had K-pop and other things going on there. Versus the Sport Card Expo, having those 2 a year, having the National once a year, allows people the opportunity to, one, build up excitement, save up to travel, right?
Yep.
If it was every single month, it would get very expensive for people. And then it becomes a collecting point and a gathering place. So as you said, you're both coming in. We'll probably see Phil, a couple of your other crew.
If you don't see Phil, you'll hear him.
Exactly. The loud collector. That's it. Running by. But we'll see you. You'll connect with other people that you've made those bonds with. And for me too, I talk to Jeremy Lee a lot on a personal level, and so it's always great to connect with him and see him. And I mentioned him, but there's a ton of people that I only get to see around these shows, and having these shows is what makes it special to link up. And I think you dilute some of that when you try to take advantage by doing, too often, too many. That's where I think you start running into problems, and then people have to pick and choose. Like, am I going to go to this one, or am I going to go to the one next month? And then the attendees too. At the end of the day, they can only go to so many card shows before their family's like, please, Dad, not again this weekend.
So it sounds like it is a balance that you guys, I'm sure, talk about, right? And how do you're in business and you want to grow, and the hobby's growing, and you want to satisfy the demand and the needs of the hobby, but also keep what makes the expo special there.
Yeah, and I think that was part of the reason behind the expansion, right? Is why do 10 shows in Toronto when there's all these other cities that are really clamoring for it? So, we heard Calgary was really interested in having us, and so we've got a Calgary show. Same thing happened with Edmonton, Montreal, Halifax now this year. And I expect Steve to continue to look for new opportunities across North America to bring his brand of event. And again, like you guys go to a ton of card shows. I think one of the things that Steve does is he brings a professionalism to it, both in dealing with the vendors and attendees, and just making the overall experience at an elevated level. So. I think that mindset will continue to serve him well, and continue to make the brand and the show so successful.
So much has been made over the last year and a half with the rise of Pokemon and One Piece and all the other TCG about how shows either intermingle those vendors or segregate them in certain ways. What's your guys' approach to that with the Spring Expo?
It's a great question, because obviously, like, as a sports card collector, you have that fear that you're going to come to your sports card show and you're going to see 70% Pokemon. And Pokemon is still part of, like, in every card shop, they're going to sell Pokemon within the sports card shows, like within the sports card sellers themselves. But I think for us, it's always been a part of the show. We're the sports and collectibles show. So I think Pokemon, TCG, One Piece, Larcana, whatever comes up, will always be part of the show. And one of the things that we've done so well is we partnered up with the group to section that area off and really make it a feature of the show as opposed to taking over it.
Yeah.
And this year we've grown that area bigger than ever, but it's still, we're talking in the 20, 30,000 square feet and the 270,000 square feet.
Mhm.
So I think it's important to have it as part of the show. I think it has a place. And I think, again, shows centric to them are important. But if we want to remain sports focused, which is what we are, I think it's important to have, that number one focus on that. And again, you'll be able to find whatever you want. Whatever you're collecting, you will find at this show. You're looking for gold bullion and vintage coins. I promise you got someone. You want someone who's got like old 1920s baseball gloves? There's a dude down one of the aisles that will have that stuff.
You got a lot of really interesting and some big names on the guest list, the autograph signers list this year. Probably the marquee one would be Jaromir Jagr. Has he signed at the Expo before? I don't remember.
He did a couple years ago. He signed at the Expo. He's awesome. I mean, it's wicked to have him. So he definitely draws attention, names. I think people gravitate to him, and it's so rare to see him here and doing public stuff that it's really nice to get him into the show.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good goalies too. I think that was the first wave of athletes that you announced. So you've got our boy Anthony, Felix Potvin, you got Cujo, Curtis Joseph, Jerry Cheevers is another super big name. Jocelyn Thibault. Why can't I'm brain farting? Eddie Belfour, Eddie the Eagle, Kirk McLean, Murray Bannerman, tons of Richard Brodeur, lots of big names. So that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and honestly, goalies are great on stage. We've interviewed a lot of players, and Josh, we talked going before live. He just asked me and confirming that he's got his docs that I love to throw at him last minute. But they do amazing Q&As. Goalies have wicked stories. I don't know. Maybe it's that special attitude that it takes to get between the pipes and have someone shoot a puck at you 110 kilometers an hour or 100 miles an hour. I don't even know how fast, but that is an insane profession.
You're gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're great talkers, right? So it's really great to have them at the show. The other thing is they provide all of those guys you've mentioned have all been to the show in years past or other shows with us, and they're awesome with their fans. Like Cujo is so good. Eddie is so good. Like Eddie was with us last year in Montreal. He was just wicked. Cujo was with us in Edmonton. He was so good. Like, it sucks for me because the longer they take with the fans, the more other fans get irritated waiting. And I'm like, I promise it's worth it. Like, you want you want to wait in line.
I've seen you. You're like the famous person cat herder a little bit, trying to get everyone going from here to there. Please tell me, please tell me you're putting back on the stage Daryl Sittler and Tiger Williams.
Well, together.
Oh, was that wicked? No, we don't have them locked in yet. But they were so good together. They were like, I watched that. So anyone who wants to, all of our Q&As and firesides are all available on the Sport Card Expo 1 YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And yeah, that one is like Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
There's a point where, like, honestly, I swear to God, Daryl's getting physically like upset.
Yeah. It's I kid you not, the single greatest interview I've ever given in my life. And I think I said 2 words. It's like you just said, hey, here's welcome Tiger and Daryl. And then
What's
Tiger
up, guys?
took over and I was laughing so hard for 20 minutes. That guy's amazing. And he has such a good banter with Daryl. You could tell him too that, Daryl's much more prim and proper and straight laced. And Daryl was you could tell it kind of pushes him to that edge.
Yeah. Like it again, and it's those moments. And again, I don't even know how many people come by our stage and get the chance to see it, but it is awesome because there is, this is not a corporate interview. This is not like, These are off the cuff answers. They're true emotions. These players are retired. They're not too concerned. They tell some amazing stories up there, some really good tidbits. And as you said, Tiger was the kind of gentleman who spins a great yard. You know, we had Bobby and his brother up before Bobby passed on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And like at that time, we didn't record them, but that was one of the funnier interviews ever. Like Bobby just went off on telling stories.
Get a little racy at times too, maybe.
That is
Where
why
you're-
I'm happy we did. I wasn't gonna say it, but I am happy we didn't record it. And again, like it is those kind of moments that make it special for fans.
Yeah.
Right. Because they get to see the person they watched growing up. And some of these guys are in their 50s and 60s. And this is the guy they were watching from the time they were 8 and just cheering them on. And it's super cool to see them shake their hand, have that moment. And for others like me, it's super cool to walk out there and buy their rookie card.
Yeah.
Put it in my personal collection.
Last guest I want to talk about, and just to give him some love, is Marcel Dion, who I still can't get over the fact that, and I assume he'll be there again this year, that he has a vendor booth at the show, is the most kind and gracious person. He is there basically the whole time, has tons of his own memorabilia he sells for really good prices too. I mean, I'll never, like the first time I went to, I couldn't believe how inexpensive. So, it's like, boy, Marcel, you could have charged double for that. But obviously, I don't think that's why he does it. And to be in a hobby and connected to a sport where there's a guy who scored 731 goals that is just sitting there and it will tell stories and shake your hand and talk to you is one of, I think, what an amazing thing that, and part of the magic of the Sport Card Expo.
Yeah, the man is a gem. He sits in his booth. He pre-packs he pre-packs these mystery packs for kids that he pre-signs cards for. Like, yes, awesome. That is such a cool aspect of the show and the hobby in general. It's funny, like maybe we'll get the same from Lewis Hamilton. He'll show up to his booth and sit there and do the same, or Tom Brady.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not, but you never know. I like to keep an open mind to these things. But yeah, a guy like Marcel, it's really special to have that. And I think it connects people from multiple generations into, being a fan of him. There's a lot of kids who've learned about him by people and parents and grandparents taking him over and saying this man was an absolute monster on the ice, just ripping goals, like one of the most, talented players you'll ever see in any era. So I think that's really neat. And again, like we keep talking about the hobby and the aspect in the community, and those are the elements that really add to it.
Okay, I want to end kind of like we always do, and sharing advice and tips. I'll run through kind of the standard ones a little bit, and there's obviously wear comfortable shoes, 290,000 square feet, 4 days. You're going to be on your feet a lot. I went out and bought a new pair of shoes because I'm trying to prepare for that. Wear deodorant, Louis.
I'll try.
No, you don't want to stink. I mean, that's some people don't.
Hygiene people.
Another one that is very common is Oh, go ahead.
One thing to add to bring it with you. Like the other thing is, it's not that people don't like, and I think this is the thing that give like a bad name to card people is it's not that they didn't put on deodorant or anything. You're at a show for 8 hours. It gets hot in here. You're walking around with a giant case of cards. Like if you had that deodorant to reapply, changes everything.
Very, very good advice. Most vendors will accept multiple types of currency, US dollars, Canadian dollars. They'll accept e-transfer, PayPal. It depends. It varies vendor to vendor. But I think, though, if you want to position yourself in the best way, that good old monopoly money from Canada, the CAD currency is your best way to go.
Yeah. Although we all love US. The greenback is always welcome.
You guys round up. I know your tricks. I know.
Yeah.
In Canada,
Your buying power will feel so much better, though, right? Like, because it's like, whoa, it's in Canadian. So,
hey, I noticed the other day that the Canadian dollar got stronger by 1 US penny. So you're moving in the right direction. It's now 72 Canadian cents to a dollar.
I was gonna say, time to go vacation in Florida again. I'll buy those Disney tickets now. But yeah, I think you bring up a valid point. If you want to get the best dollar and value for the cards that you're going to purchase, cash is always the best, right? Because something physical handed in them, it's much better than PayPal or anything like that. You want a vendor, and any human being, right? It's human nature. You throw down, layers of cash is always harder to say no to than someone just saying, I'll e-transfer you. So if you're looking for deals or you want to negotiate, it's always great to go with cash. And it's also a good way to set a personal budget, which is something I can always listen to myself as advice before I go to shows and be like, Steve, how much cash you got on you? I need to make a deal.
Yeah. We have our guy California Dave will be begging for money probably by, I want to say 7:00 on Thursday night, because that's all my money for. Parking is usually pretty good at the International Center there. Maybe on Saturday though, if you plan to show up at the expo around noon, I would say don't get frustrated. You might have to be drive around a little bit to find a parking spot. So just maybe go with the flow there. But the thing I wanted to key in a little bit is, we're seeing this all throughout the hobby, card shops everywhere, is that these cards are getting really valuable, and that there's some theft that goes on. And, do you have any advice for people to protect themselves while they're at the show?
Yeah, I think the important part is, you're going to get it really hyped up and into it. Just keep your head on your shoulders. And what I mean by that is, far too often you get so into looking at every other things, you forget your bag, you forget your case. I think even more than theft is people just leaving their stuff behind.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Collections, things like that.
They're all black Zion cases. So you probably have a lost and found of about 40 of the same case.
And you feel bad because, like, again, the panic and everything like that. And we've all been there where you left something behind. And especially, as you said, like this is true value, very movable wealth. The second part is know what cards you're bringing with, right? Know what cards you're bringing down with you. So, like, make sure you have a list. Especially serial numbers, things like that. So if anything does happen, it's very easy to file a report, a police report, get the information out to the hobby. One of the things that's become so great is the hobby is working together to really, snuff these people out and or sniff these people out and put an end to their reselling and things like that. So it becomes a lot harder to do. And then finally, have a place to keep your cards, right? Like, don't be walking around with all your slabs in your loose pocket. Like, it's a recipe for disaster. It is a little annoying to carry a case around or a backpack, but having your cards safe and secure is the number one best way to make sure that your cards are safe.
And I would add to that, like, on you too. I don't think your car is a good safe place to keep stuff. I wouldn't recommend that.
I in fact 100% agree with you on that. I think you want to keep it on your person, especially high value items, cash, things like that. Keep it on you. As you know, cards, we're also cool that, like, we're just attracting other people to us. So
at a minimum, if you anything in your car, out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't leave here's the thing: you wouldn't leave a laptop on the seat. Why would you leave your card case?
Yes. The last thing is, this is more for I think maybe a little piece of advice for vendors that I see a lot, and it blows my mind every time. And I say a lot, like multiple times a day. You'll be at maybe buying a card, and a vendor will go into his pocket and pull out the biggest gangster roll of cash you've ever seen in your life. And it's like, I understand needing cash to give people change, but when you pull a wad of $70,000 in cash out of your pocket, That's not a smart idea, right? I mean, you have a bank bag or place or a place that you can, maybe tuck some of that away. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like the old like tip jar thing. Like you never want a full tip jar. You want it to seem empty so that people will give you, if it's full, then people assume, oh, you've already made a lot of money, I don't need to tip you. These guys pull out these crazy like fistfuls of cash, and it's like you're just making yourself a giant target for a bad person.
And it's just a mentality of the hobby, right? Like we just said it. We're like, hey, bring like thousands of dollars cash so you can get the best deal on the cards, but also be careful. Don't pull it out anywhere. And
you
I
guys
think
do have good security. You have police all over the place, so it's not.
We
I'm
do.
not.
We have off-duty armed police who are there to make sure that things are safe. We have multiple security guards. We have 35 plus team members who are there. But as Josh said, like don't flash it. Don't flash the cheese. Don't get yourself into trouble. And again, make sure you have a secure location. Maybe your pocket isn't the best place for $20,000-$30,000 cash.
Yeah, and again, I've never felt unsafe or that my stuff was in jeopardy, but I think it's a reality of the growth of this industry and just good things to keep in mind.
It is. And look, as the hobby grows, as the shows grow, you're just going to have so many people. You just want to keep an eye on your stuff, and you want to have a good experience, right? And 99% of the people there, 99.9% of the people there are so unbelievably honest and great. Like we've had so many people turn in, I talked about lost items. So many people have turned in lost items for us. So it's fantastic in that regard. And it's really nice to see. And the few bad actors, thankfully, are getting called out, whether it's on social. A lot of vendors are becoming smarter and more secure. And some of that is just setting up cameras. Whether that's a ring camera in a couple positions or some kind of
I like the AirTag idea. Like, and again, more so than stolen. I think to your point, it's more likely that you just set down your case and forget it and leave it somewhere. And if you have an AirTag in it, you can quickly identify, try to find it, and at least see where you left it, or maybe it's in lost and found, and it leads you right to lost and found at that point.
Oh,
I didn't get far, but I had my backpack on me, but I left my card box on a table at trade night.
Yeah. And it happens because you're in it, right? Like, Lou, you probably left it there because you were in the middle of a deal. Like you're pumped. You're like, two other people are talking to you behind you. You turn around and in a second it's gone. But as you said, you were able to find it, thankfully. And in having an AirTag in it is always a great idea. I laughed when you said AirTag because my keys are AirTag, my wallet's AirTag, my AirPod case is AirTag because it wasn't enough to have the because when the AirPods are in the AirPod case, it doesn't do the find them. So I needed to, anything I can stick an AirPod on, if I AirTag on it, I could do it to my kids, I would. But like that's always a great idea.
Well, Mikey, it should be an amazing week. It's always my favorite time of the year in this hobby. Look forward to it. And once it ends, I count down the next 6 months till the next one begins. And I wish you and your team a bunch of luck and success. You guys, it's probably I kind of feel like that you're sort of like the duck, where under the, you look so calm and cool above the water, and under the water, you're paddling pretty furiously. But you guys do a good job pulling it off.
Thank you. And we are paddling away right now. Everyone is paddling their hardest, and it's awesome. We feel like we're stewards of the hobby right now, and making sure that this event runs well for everyone is part of that responsibility. And it's wicked to come on the show. That means that it's show time. So it's great. Are you in the same room right now, gentlemen?
No, we're in different houses.
You're like, okay, everyone's got a dark wall behind them. Yeah. So you have the perception.
Not too far away.
It's also cool to see the growth of this show. We talked about the Sport Card Expo, but just to touch back on how much this show has grown and how much significance you guys have meant to the hobby overall, inside the growth of the hobby. So congratulations to you guys, continuing to do such great content, and super stoked to hang out with you again.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. And, we love the hobby, and we're just we're getting to live the dream here in doing, being able to talk to someone like you and being able to bring the expo and create awareness for, kind of what we think the best parts of it are. So we'll see you in a few days.
Mhm.
You will indeed.
Everybody shout out Mikey when you see him running.
All
Mikey.
Yeah. I just have a bunch of people have my hand up for a reason. People are just running by, high-fiving me from that.
Well, at least Louis doesn't say, "Hey, slap your ass, Mikey's ass for Louis" every time you walk
Yeah, I had to throw that in. Thanks, Josh. Now someone is
That'll get old.
By.
All right,
Oh
Mikey.
man, this
See you
is
later.
great. Honestly, thanks, guys. We'll see you
bye.
both very soon.
Later.
Thanks again to Mikey for joining the show. Sounds like it's going to be a monster experience this week. Cannot wait. Boy, I'm going off the top of my head, but I think he said like 270 or 290,000 square feet. It's up to now. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Any new food vendors?
Oh, I didn't ask about that.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, I
Phil-
blew the whole interview. I know.
Phil's disappointed.
You'll be at, if you want to get a Phil's autograph, which he'll love to give you. Meet him at Firehouse because he'll be there most days housing subs. Right? That's your.
I don't know what to say. I like steak subs. I am not a man of accomplishments to be giving out autographs. Nobody is. Nobody I know should be doing that.
One of the most awkward moments ever was when we signed that one photo with our.
yeah, is that awkward?
Oh, just because I don't feel like I'm worthy of anyone.
Yeah, I found it incredibly awkward. It was
really
he pretty much I was like, no, followed everywhere. I was like, oh my god. I'm not really a police kind of guy, but no, I'm kidding. It was a good thing to do, and he worded it well where it didn't feel like it was an autograph. It was a distinction from another thing he's going to present beside it. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. I'll do it that way. Yeah. That you got me. Yeah.
We do want to meet people though, so please come up and introduce yourself. The thing that I understand, but is after every expo we hear, I saw you, I was going to come say hi, but I didn't want to bother you. It's like,
oh,
come bother us.
It's only Phil.
Wait, no, hold on, Louis. Do you like if someone's like, Louis, can I have your autograph? Can you write Bobby Louis? You'd be like, yeah, you got it, little fella. Like you'd get right in there and do it. Like that.
No, Phil, he sells it for $30.
Yeah, that's not free, dude. Duh.
He's all it's $30, but with an inscription, it's only.
Well, you know,
40.
I don't know.
I really like Ty the card guy. He's a breaker out west. I love him. I think he's enthusiastic. He's great. I can't find anything wrong with him. But he loves signing, and that's where I have to like, oh, I can't do this. I can't. Like he's just like, hey, little buddy, he's signing things. I'm like, what's my big joke? We collect men's other accomplishments. So I mean, what are we signing off on here? Same with Kyle. Cards. Like, what are you doing?
To answer you, I wouldn't sign something alone on its own. I thought it was cool that all of us were on something though.
Yeah, I like that. That was, and you have to tell which is which, and that I get, but we're just poop talkers. I mean,
and then we also realized we dump on all these kids' autos, and looking at all 4 of our autos, they were terrible.
Mine's awesome. It's not terrible.
Really? Mine's brutal.
Mine's not legible.
You want to know
mine's sweet.
30-second sidebar. My autograph, the one thing I like about it is it's pretty consistent. 3 years ago, right after COVID, when we all think everything's good and done, my own bank where I opened my business deemed one of my signatures borderline fraudulent. So I had to write a letter of intent that it was me. I got locked out of my business account for 9 days. 9 days because of a signature. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. What the old bank manager was one of my customers, and guess who retired that summer? My old bank manager. Oh, it's just an absolute nightmare. All right. Thanks for listening.
New product releases is brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner GP Sports Cards and Total Sports Cards. Grant will have one of the biggest and busiest booths at the expo. If you're selling, he'll be there buying cards all day long. And if you're looking to add a new great PC piece, I think I bought cards from Grant every show. He and team will have tons of singles for sale too. Something like 1,000 to 2,000 cards, a lot. Also, if you can't mix you can't miss the GP and Jeremy Lee Hobby Social Night, of course, on Thursday, starting at 8 p.m. in Arizona's. We'll be there. Hope to see you there too. If you're at the expo. No. If you're not at the expo but are in Canada, you can get your credentials fixed on it shop's website, totalsportcards.com. They will ship any new release right to your doorstep anywhere in Canada. So to continue our expo preview, I don't know if anyone does any more buying and selling at the expo than our guy Grant from GP. It would be fun if they recorded that to see who the biggest buyers are, but I would assume he'd be near the top of that list. So we thought he'd be the perfect person to help us continue with our preview. Here's our conversation from the other day with Grant, and he touches on our partnership for Gong Show breaks too. Pleased to welcome Grant from GP Sports back to the show. Hey, Grant, how's it going, buddy?
Good. You, Josh?
Doing pretty well. Thanks for joining our Spring Expo preview show. How long does it take you to get ready for an expo?
Probably about a week and a half or so. So I like to do everything last second, like always. But for pricing everything out, I always want to make sure I'm like right at recent comps. So I don't price anything until like 5 to 10 days before the show max.
How many singles do you typically bring that will be up for sale?
Typically we have about like 30 showcases, and each one's filled with about like 50 to 60 cards. So right around probably like 1,500 singles.
That's a lot of pricing. Do you have a system down to do that, or is there just no easy way to do it? You just got to kind of grind through it.
Just a grind, takes a while. Every card's like one by one card ladder, recent comps, and yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, one of the things that I've definitely noticed about you at the expo is you'll typically have a bunch of people from your crew manning those cases, and you're pretty much buying the entire time. Is that the plan again this spring?
Yeah, like it used to be a few years ago. It was like, okay, I'll get there and I'll do my walk around for like a couple hours, 3-4 hours before the show. And now it's just like the second that it opens, it's like one person after the other. We're just constantly buying. This year we'll have a better system in place. We're gonna have like 2 buying stations, just because last year we had quite a bit of a line. So we're gonna have 2 buying stations set up. Sam's gonna be helping as well. And then we'll be having someone filter through the cards. We're really trying to capture like cool cards and unique clips, and that's a big thing for this year, is focusing on a lot of content. And then the way I price everything in my displays is our whole team knows. If it's like a bigger card, they'll verify with me before they sell it, but everything's typically like 5 to 10% only off the sticker price, and that's it. So that's why
I helped out last time. I prepped the buyers with the right dealers. I have video.
You're the fluffer, evidence. Phil.
Yeah, I'm the fluffer. I'm the hockey card fluffer. I'll take it. That's fine. I'm comfortable.
Yeah, that's why it's important for me to price everything like right before the show. I need to know exactly what cards are going for, and I want to price them fair and accordingly. So because when I'm not able to get there, the max they can move off the sticker price is 5-10%. So they have to be priced well for them to move.
That makes sense. Do you have a buying goal, or is it just to buy as many good cards as you possibly can during the weekend?
Yeah, it's just to buy as many cards as possible, as many deals that walk up. Focusing more on content is like, again, the cool cards, the cool interactions, the cool deals are what I sort of search for now. Young Guns and Future Watch Autos, we buy them all day long, but those are very transactional. It's like you buy at 80%, you sell at 90%. It's just, the wheel goes around and around. So Sam will be handling most of those cards, and then I'll be, the 101s or the unique patches. Those are the things that make really cool clips, or the higher end pieces, or the good interactions. So that's really what I'm hoping for this year.
In your mind, this spring, given all that's gone on in the NHL, where we're at in the playoffs, like who are the instant buy players for you? Like the players cards that you're most excited about right now?
I think the usual guys. This is always an interesting show, this one, because it's like right before, it's like going right into like the second round of the playoffs, like end of the first round. So guys will typically take a dip. Like you have to be careful as a vendor buying at this show, because those Celebrini cards that were hot. He's the talk of the town for the last 6 months, but we're going to go into an off season where things will dip. There's no doubt. So as these teams start to get eliminated, of course, you're going to have your 3 or 4 teams that go all the way to the final, and they gain value like crazy. But majority of these teams that are already golfing, like the Leafs, like they're not going up over the next couple of months. It's going to be 3-4 months
Yeah.
before we start the next season that they're starting to trickle back up. So you always got to be careful, anticipate a little bit of a dip in the off season, but it's a great time right now to sell. So like those who are looking to sell, like, great time. I always try to stick to, my guys, the legends, the vets, the rookies are the ones that typically, they're volatile. They go down in the off season. So
Is there a player that scares you right now that that there's high demand, but you're just worried about going into the summer with? Would it be like a Celebrini, who's people are going to want top dollar for?
Celebrini's like sort of stable. Or not stable, like, he goes up and down, but like I would think of like maybe like a Leo Carlson type player who had a really good year. Well, he was injured a little bit,
yeah.
but
Good
guys
call
that
on
have had really breakout years that like might lose some of that hype in the offseason. They're not the number one guy. Like Celebrini's so well established where I think there's so many US and multi-sport people that are going after his cards that I think his market is going to be stable. Same thing with Bedard. He's just such a big name now. I don't think those guys fluctuate very much, but those like tier 2 stars like that just popped out this year, that might lose some of that hype during the offseason until they bounce back, at the beginning of next season.
What about AM34? All right, it's Toronto, right? So you're going to get a lot of probably Austin Matthews cards. Is that a little dicey of a buy at this point, or no?
I mean, I don't know how much lower he can go at this point. I mean, his young guns are like $300, and like I've just continued to buy every single step of the decline. It's just like my PSA buys have been from 1,200 to 1,100 to 900 to 800 to 750 now, and it just continues to go down. I don't think it can go down anymore, so I'll still be buying him. I have so much stock in him. I don't even know if I'm gonna have too much of him out there because it just doesn't make sense how low it is, but. For me, for someone like that, I think there's only upside. Like, I think he's hit that bottom, but I see
like
that
dollar cost averaging at this point, right? You just keep buying the dip.
Exactly. But I also said that 2 months ago. I was like, oh, there's no way this can go lower. It goes lower.
Are you okay? Well, no, I want to stay on this actually a little bit. So what are tips for, because you're in a unique vantage point, right? That you get people, well, how many people will 300, 400, 500 people try to sell you cards over the it's crazy. There's a line all day for someone like in my shoes or Phil's shoes that might have cards to sell. Like, what advice would you give to people like us?
It depends, like sort of the type of cards that you have. If you want, our professional opinion, if you want to sell your cards, if you have like example young guns and stuff like that, it's very, very smart to have your stuff pre-priced or know what you're looking for when you walk up to the booth. It just makes it a whole lot easier. But again, there's also cards where they're like 101s or unique pieces and they want our advice. So it goes both ways. But I would always say if you have the time and the ability to price out your cards well in advance, that's always the best option. Like, instead of spending 20 minutes at the booth, double checking comps and looking at, if you can do that research in advance and spend that 20 minutes the morning of or the morning before, it just makes everyone's life easier. So
can I'll step in here, Grant. I'll take over. What Grant's trying to say is know the worth of your cards and know your ask before you go there. As a spectator, it's a 10x. If someone, so I'm Grant's worst nightmare every time. I'll give him 20 cards. He'll say, "What are you looking for, Phil?" I'll say, "I have no idea. You're the dealer. Do your job." That's because Grant's my friend. But if you're at the expo, any card show, even more so at his shop, right? Time is money. Know the assets and what they're worth that you're bringing in for sale, and then that's the starting point. Without that starting point, you're adding an hour to your discussion. It's wild. And don't worry, Grant. I know you have to be respectful. You're running a business, but it's super annoying when you go up to the table like I do. I do it more for funny, and then Grant can get back to me a week later. I don't actually care. But if you're looking for, don't set up shop at someone else's shop. Get in, get out, and you will get your top dollar if you are more efficient with them. And I can say that about Sam, right? You go in, you ask what you want, he counters, you counter, shake hands, you're done. You'll get a higher price point, I guarantee you, if it goes smooth right off the bat. And by smooth, I don't mean back and forth. That's smooth. Back and forth is good. Don't be me and say, okay, I'll take it.
Do you have to do a fair amount of education? Like, are there people that come and hand you a card and you say, "What are you looking for?" And they're like, "Oh, this card's at least worth $500," and then you comp it and it's worth $200 all day long. And then does that happen a lot?
Yeah, I mean, it somewhat does. I would say it's a 50-50, like the amount of people who have their stuff priced and that don't. But like some people are asking for advice, and then some it's like, okay, yeah, they're asking, way above comps, and you sort of tell them or you show them and explain, hey, this is what it's actually been going for. These are the recent sales. This is what we'd have to be at. And it's also like just establishing, making sure that they're serious about selling, because that's one thing is like you don't want to spend, when you have a line of people, you don't want to spend 20-30 minutes working with somebody and then you get to this like $10,000 number or $5,000 number and you just comped out 50 cards and they're like, well, I'm not.
Or they want to
sell.
go to now 5 other tables and see who gets the best offer, sort of thing.
Exactly. So you're just trying to make sure like it works on both ends and they're realistic on selling. And we're always going to, price everything off eBay, recent sales, pay out an 80% rate. That's just sort of how we negotiate and what we pay. So it's pretty cut and dry on that end. And then for my end, like I love, like, again, the unique patches, the cup cards, those type of stuff is what excites me, just because you don't see those every day.
Any other sort of like seller etiquette tips that you can give?
I mean, it's hard to say. It depends who you're dealing with, right? Like, it's like, make sure you're educated. You're going to a reputable buyer. I'm sure there's situations where
I love the humility, Grant. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm a reputable buyer. So don't waste my time. There's your advice.
Well, and even on the buyer side, like one that comes to mind, obviously, that is people that like to put their backpacks or bags or their Zion cases on top of your card cases. Like that's kind of a maybe
dealers aren't looking for, like, they listen. Some of the nicest men I know in Ottawa, they're just like they're looking at the cards, they're looking at the money, they're running a business. They're not looking at the bags, and that's why I say something every time. I'm like, hey man, do you mind moving your bag off the counter so I can take a look? I say it every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's sharing good culture. You should. It's not the dealer's job. It'd be nice if they did, but they're there to buy cards, sell cards.
Yeah. I just mean, like, also like for people, that you can trust. And so I'm sure there's a lot of cards that walk in that door with people looking to sell that, they don't get the top dollar or the money they should for their cards. So even if you need to ask, second opinions or get multiple opinions to make sure that you're getting the right dollar for your card, that's important. And then I would also say, like, if you're bringing lots of cards, like, keep track of what you're bringing. I know, like, it's been an issue in the past, theft and stuff like that. Like, that's my number one thing, is keeping exact records of what I bring and everything inventory tracked. So even if you're bringing like, 20, 30 cards, like, just make sure you know what you have. And when you're putting those cards out display on like a trade night or at someone's booth, like, you just want to make sure nothing gets taken or you're missing a card.
I got a question for you.
Oh,
real quick. How about what should people expect from, you and other dealers at the show when it comes to selling cards, though, so they understand? It's like you're not going to get a full comp from anybody there. There's, you need to buy, you need to sell.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. Not all the other excuses some of them like to give, but, just so people understand that, because this card's comped out at 110 for a month, you're not going to get that from a dealer. How do you explain that to people so they aren't shocked? Like, well, they're not going to give me crap for these cards. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's where it's like determining someone if they're serious about selling or not. Because, like, if they are asking for $120 or $110 on a card that sells for 110, obviously there's expenses that go to the show, setting up, being a business, dealing. Most vendors are going to be probably about 70% to 85%. Like, that's just the standard rate of buying. Unique items, you might get more. Like, that's why I say, like, oh, if you bring me, like, a Crosby Shield, I'm going to do whatever the last comp is or something like that. That might be a one-off situation. But when you're talking about, straightforward cards, you should go into it expecting from any vendor at the show anywhere from 70% all the way up to 85. That's just the realistic ballpark.
I think too, as I've learned about how businesses like yours operate, a lot of it goes into time and overhead, right? So if somebody comes in with a Macklin Celebrini Cup RPA, you're going to get dang near close to comps because they're going up and it's an easy sell. You can instantly sell that. If you bring a guy like you $4,000 $10 cards, you might get 50% of comps because it's going to take you hundreds of hours and you have to build that into your margin. You have to pay people hourly rates to help you sell those cards. So I think like, isn't like that kind of the basis of, and I gave both extreme examples there, but of where that range comes from, right? It's like how liquid is the card, how likely is it to move right away versus am I going to have to, and the other factors too is time, is that when you spend real money to buy a card and you know, sure, there might be a buyer for this card, but it might sit for 6 months, then you have to add that into the equation as well, don't you?
Yeah, that's a great point, Josh. Like when you like, I'm so drilled into like the 80% rate is because typically when I'm dealing with like cards that are above a $50 to $100 value. But like also when you go down in the value of the card, the payout rate decreases obviously because it's more time, more effort. You're gonna have to take the time to list up a $10, $15 card, sell it, ship it. That's when you get into like the 60%, 50%. A good example here on YouTube is Chasing Cardboard. Like he does a great job explaining it as well, where when he's buying this big collection and there's $10,000 in cards that are selling for $1 to $3, like of course his rate's going to be 50% because you know how much effort and time goes into that. Your hourly rate is probably more than half the cards that you're actually selling. So it's a great point. But yeah, that's from my standpoint is typically I'm dealing those cards 50 and 100 and above. And then example, when you get into like the very high end space, like, that's when you talk like 90% plus, because those cards are easier to move. They're much bigger amounts and your fees are less when you're selling them. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good point there too. What are you expecting this week? The hobby's booming. I had to get my daughter colored pencils for school. So I went to Target and my mind was blown today. I haven't seen this since like 2020 in the stay-at-home period. So they were doing their restock at Target. They had a line of 150 people to the back of the store and they were doing like a queue thing where they had a bunch of Target workers. People would come up, you give them your phone number. They have a whole system and then it pings you when it's your turn. And then you get to go into the trading card area, pick like whatever their limit is, 1 or 2 items. And then you can go on literally all the way to the back of the store.
Is that new or is that normal now?
I haven't seen that in 6 years, Phil.
Wow. Well, that's good.
Is that to get Topps product, Josh?
Either that or Pokemon. They had a lot of Pokemon.
Either or, I'm gonna have to get
How are they dressed? That would be an indicator.
Yeah. It wasn't O-Pee-Chee blasters, unfortunately, for us. But it's just a way to illustrate that it seems like every day we're getting more and more evidence that the hobby is just literally on fire. And are you expecting like a record turnout and wall-to-wall people or this week?
Yeah, I mean it's apparent that like the hobby's on fire. It's been insane growth recently. Just you can tell from the amount of like influencers and stuff that have come from like other industries and that sort of stuff that are now doing cards, and they're inspiring more people, and it's just growing as a whole. So I assume it's going to be a record-breaking number. I think it has been for the last few shows in a row.
It's got to be how it feels. Totally. I agree with you. It's got to be record.
And I think it'll be one of those shows where it's like things are just selling, things are moving.
Our older siblings
seems like there's a lot of hype right now. And yeah, I think it will be one of the best shows ever. So
yeah. I saw an Instagram reel today. You guys know who Jeff Garlin is? The guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm and the who plays did anyone else watch Curb?
Yeah, but I don't know who that I don't know the actor's name.
He's the guy that plays Larry David's agent.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Yeah. What about
him? On an Instagram reel holding up a box of Topps Chrome baseball, complaining how expensive it was.
It's amazing. Oh, that's incredible. Yeah. Thank you.
And now we have Lewis Hamilton opening up card shops all across the world. And you're right. It's like no idea like where this is going to stop. And I guess I'm expecting a lot of people too. One of the things that you're doing again, I think maybe the third year in a row now that you've partnered with Jeremy Lee on the Oracle for your social night on Thursday night. What do you got planned for that?
Yeah, it's going to be the same as last year. It's just like a social event where we're going to have appetizers, food, drinks, just a nice gathering for all the collectors at Hobby Expo, just to sort of kick it off the first night on the Thursday. And just come by. There'll be a whole bunch of like-minded collectors. You can talk about the show, talk about what you're excited for, and then just meet new people and build the friendships. That's the most important thing. Like I say it every day, like if I didn't have the friends that I have in this industry, it just wouldn't be as fun. So make sure you connect with new people and build those groups. That's really what, keeps you excited about this hobby and makes it so much fun.
Do you get any time at the expo to walk around and shop for yourself? Or are you sort of chained to your booth the entire time?
He does. I'll answer for him. He
No.
gets. Yes, he does. You stop talking, young man. 1 sec. So Grant, he gets a couple of bad interactions. He doesn't have his juice box in him. He forgot to pack his little sandwich. He gets a little angry. He goes for a walk. He goes like this. He puts his backpack on. He hunches over and he's like, I'm so pissed right now, Phil. I'm so pissed right now.
He's usually mad at you, Phil. He's usually mad at you for something
he
you
goes
did.
in. Well, that's fine. He goes in tours. He buys cards. He comes back and he's a new man. He's a new man. And out goes the bind. He's
Last year, Expo, I got literally like an hour of walking. Like that's the one thing that excited me the most about Expo is because again, like as much as the business grows and everything, I'm still just such a collector. And it's like, I want to hunt after those cards that make my show, those 101s or those Crosby.
And it is a hunt. That it
Yeah,
really feels like how
exciting.
pathetic to be a man in 2026. I'm hunting other men's accomplishments.
But that's like, so that's why I like we have like our show schedule is like, Calgary's coming up, Edmonton Expo was great, like Montreal, like those are the shows also that I love now because those I'll get to like hunt at the beginning of the show for like 4 or 5 hours. Like that's my favorite part. Expo, it's like so chaotic at the beginning. Where I'm gonna maybe set a rule, like where it's like when I put out my cards, it's like nothing's for sale until 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, whenever the doors open, because it's just like it starts right away and walking. It's sort of taking that walk.
Grant, you're younger than most people. I'm not going to listen to you. No one else is going to listen. Yeah, sure, but
Exactly.
anyways, will you take 2,200?
Yeah.
That's what I was saying that last year. I'm like, okay, nothing's for sale until like I get back. Jeremy's at Jeremy, I want those cards right now. and then I do one deal, and then it's the next person, and it's like it snowballs. But walking the show floor is awesome and very important. Like I wish I could do that for hours because like in Edmonton, for example, like we were at the booth the whole time, but like walking the show floor, Sam and Riley, we were walking together. They found cards that like made their show, and we're like, there's hidden gems out there that are just like cards that you've been searching for forever, and it's like they're out there, like, and especially at Expo.
They're your boys, though. It's good. You gotta spread the taste a little around. Let Riley get some cards. Yeah.
Oh no, of course. But like that's what I'm saying. Where it's like, for people coming into the show the first day, like it could take you 10 hours to walk that whole floor and walk every single booth. You never know what corner it's in or what section. Like Sam found his hidden gem on day 2 of the Edmonton Expo, was sitting there for a full day and a half. It's like, so like that's the fun part about walking, and you got to look at every single booth and every single corner of one because you never know what's still hiding out there.
Every stack, if people have stuff stacked up in their cases, like Sunday, I was just bumming around and I was like, oh, I got time to kill. So I got to one booth that I hadn't been to, and it's just a stack. I'm like, can I check out these stacks? I didn't even know what was in them, and found a banger in there that I wanted. You never know.
Yeah.
I've had that too, where it's sometimes like there'll be, I think my Crosby Seismic Gold was at Steve Angel's, like under like 6 cards.
I love Steve.
Yeah, he did. So you gotta get into the stack when it comes to some of these guys. Good friend of Phil's, they barbecue.
Get in there.
I don't know if you knew that.
Get angeled.
Yeah. What's your dream card? Like whether you walk by a table and see it or a card shows up, like what are for you, the collector, and your PC, is there a card that you above any other that you would wish you'd stumble across this week?
Anything like vintage shields from the old years of Ultimate Legends, like that's what like I see one of those and I like haven't seen a surface ever, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's my true core PC is the Hall of Famer Ultimate Shields, the early years. So those are always what I'm like hunting after. But anything really like unique and oddball, like, especially going through like my cards the last few days prepping for Expo, it's like there's so many cards that just get me so excited. It's like really it could be like anything unique or cool or make something a little different than what you're used to seeing. So like one card I picked up just recently was this, like I was like, oh my, like Lemieux, like the shields are so expensive now, like what is there to find? I found I messaged the guy like 3 years ago about this card, and he just responded to me when I was in Montreal out of the blue last weekend, and it was the eagle, or it was the penguin head ultimate jumbo patch auto, and it's just like the logo of the penguin. It's like stuff like that will get me fired up for another like month or two and get me excited for hunting after PC cards.
For anyone that is coming for the first time, because every expo we do get first timers, do you have a couple pieces, like your best expo advice that you like to share with the noobs?
I would say prepare accordingly. It's a long day. There's a lot of walking. It is exhausting. Take breaks if you need it. And then just, if you see a card that you really like out there, make sure you grab it. That's one thing that like always like kills me. If I see a card that I'm debating and then I come back like, the next day or a couple hours later and it's gone. It's like, so, and then also like, if you have like a budget, don't buy the first thing that you see. Make sure you walk a few booths because you're going to find more and more things that you want. It's overwhelming.
They got cash machines.
Yeah. or you have friends like Dave that just beg you for money after they spend all their money right away. Oh, haven't had the chance to talk with you on the show yet about our kind of big joint announcement that we made a week or two ago. Starting on Saturday, May 9th, we're going to be live with our first Gongshow and GP breaks. And, with our guy Marco, who we just had over for the first playoff game for the Wild and got to hang out with him. Yeah, I guess, like from your perspective, what makes this exciting to you? And, what do you think that we can do together for the hobby?
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. You can see ever since, the gold medal game, like the demand for hockey in the States is just unbelievably high right now. It's record setting. And so there's so many people out there who want to, get a piece of these hockey breaks and get acquainted with, a good experience breaking cards. And that's what I always try to do with our breaks, is make sure it's the most professional and well run as we can. And that's where, expanding into the US, it's such a perfect match where, there's always these shipping hassles and stuff like that, although it's been good recently. But especially like product wise, like we just want to meet the needs of customers as much as possible. And I think it's just such a great time right now, especially in the US, to just be able to supply those breaks and continue to grow and share more hockey cards.
How would you explain the breaking philosophy that you use and that we're going to carry over from that has made your business very successful over the past 10 years that you've been doing this, and kind of how you think that our combined philosophy is going to be different from what maybe some other people do?
Yeah, especially on YouTube, what we run is just like, it's great breaks. It's well priced, I can say that, and we want to make sure that we're trying to give the best experience. So when I post those mixers and those megas, like we're trying to provide as much value as possible. Of course, at the end of the day, you're risking money and you're joining into, a spin on a team. But we want to make sure that there's value there and you're getting a good experience out of it. Whether that be our repacks that are assured value or the products that we line and that we build. But I just want to make sure that the breaking experience is top notch for new customers walking in, because at the end of the day, when you get the responsibility of taking care of these new clients and new customers, that's their first experience ever on a break. And if they don't have a good one or they don't like what they see, they're never going to come back, and they may not ever come back to the hockey side of things. So that's a big responsibility that we take, and especially being on YouTube, we capture a new audience weekly, and there's new people coming in, and that's why we want to try to supply the best.
It feels like an honor. It's not to be too cheesy, but to be a little cheesy. It's a good honor. You want that puts some juice in the batteries to do a good job, an honorable job, and a good business model, reasonable job. So
for sure.
Good job.
Yeah, I think I've noticed too, and these things are really important to me, and I know Phil and Louis as well, is that a customer focused approach, the long-term thinking, not trying to, there's good players and bad players in every sort of line of business, but really trying to have a take the long term perspective, not
Well, it's for the taking,
not the
man.
short.
That's why we want to. That's why I want to wet my beak. It's not regulated. Integrity is at an all time low. I mean, let's go.
Mhm.
What an opportunity to flex what we chirp. Let's put our money where our mouth is. I love it. We've already done it. Let's do it again.
Yeah, we are very excited. We think people are going to like Marco, and we'll have announcements soon when you can get those spots. And kind of our plan, I don't know if we mentioned this, is that we're gonna, because you do have people that buy into GP breaks that from the States as well, but the border is an issue. I mean, doesn't help, right? I mean, sometimes it hurts more than others, and we might be in a good time now, and we'll kind of stagger them so that we're offering basically more opportunity throughout the week for people to break products. I have to mention, because I'm a Fleer guy, and I'm really curious to your feedback. I kind of feel like from a Fleer brand standpoint that Flair has been a much needed win. For what did you think of the product, and how did your customers respond to it?
It was good. Yeah, the first night of breaks were great. Saw heavy demand for it, and we had some good breaks as well. I didn't really look at the secondary market and that sort of stuff, but just from the overall feedback on the visual of the cards and the amount of hits, I like how they added the guaranteed 4 numbered cards per box this year. That was like a must. And so yeah, it was pretty good the first day. I don't even think I carried that over to second day just because I got so busy with other products. But it was a good one for release day.
Mm-hmm. What's the next kind of big product that you're really looking forward to? Would it be Platinum? Is that probably the next big one sometime in the near future?
Yeah, we have Skybox. This is going to be released. It's going to be an okay release. And then we have Credentials, again, another one where it's we'll see how Upper Deck did this year, because last year was a really good improvement from the year before. So they got a great product manager on that product. So I'm excited to see what he did this year for it. And then it's going to be Platinum. O-Pee-Chee Platinum will be sort of our first flagship big release, not even flagship, but a big staple release of the Demidov hype New Year Schaefer. So I'm excited to see.
All right, well, get your rest. Good luck preparing this week. It's going to be very, very busy. I'm sure Phil will be terrorizing you. And
I'm going up Tuesday. I'm camping out. Yeah, down to where he lives and everything. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, Grant. Well, we can't wait to see you in a few days at the show. And thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks again to Grant for coming on the show. I'm looking forward to having him on after the expo to get some of the crazy. He'll have a bunch of YouTube videos too, but it's got to be pretty nuts to be in his shoes for something like this. A totally different experience than most people have, I would assume.
I don't know how he does it all day long.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of a machine.
He calls it his Super Bowl, so this is the funnest part for him. This show.
Short circuit. Johnny Five.
Fair enough. One more quick thing in new product releases. I do have information on the Upper Deck Spring Expo Wrapper Redemption Program. A huge part of every Toronto Expo is that Wrapper Redemption Program where you can pick up promo packs. So here's how it works. If you buy any of the following boxes or cases while at the Expo, so 2526 Series 2, 2526 Metal, 2526 SP Game Used, 2526 Flair, 2526 O-Pee-Chee, and 2526 Allure, then those and you buy them from a certified diamond dealer. So if you're at the show, they will have a diamond shaped gold balloon floating above their booth. If you buy a box or case, they will give you a redemption slip. You take that slip and the box or case you purchased to the Upper Deck booth. They have a desk there, and they will break the plastic the cellophane wrapping on your box, and they do it for even if your case. They open the case and take the plastic off of every box, and then if you get a single box, you get 1 promo pack. If you buy a case, you get 10 promo packs. Plus, you get to pick one of they have a nicer, I think they're called priority signings exclusives. You get one of the bigger players, one of those cards that are randomly picked from that list. I put up today the checklist for all the cards you can get in the promo packs on our hockeychecklist.com website. So
see them now?
What?
Do you know any off the top of your head?
Yeah, I can tell you that there's 2 dual auto cards. They are Mike Bodano and Ed Belfour in Dallas Stars jerseys, and then there's a Patrick Waugh and Joe Sakic for the Avalanche.
Oh wow! Colorado.
Yeah.
You
had a premature oh wow there, Phil.
That was my excitement with Madonna, and then I heard Belfort. I'm like,
yeah, Dallas. Right? You're like, yeah, get lost.
All right, personal pickups, Phil.
Well, nothing. I forget. I got lots, but I missed the cutoff and stuff. I forget, and it's a disaster.
Shocking. Dave.
Shocking. I have nothing also.
Lies. Throwing of lies.
I saving up for the expo, man.
All right, fair enough. I believe you.
Yeah.
Louis.
Nothing.
Oh.
Josh.
I have one.
Sandbagger's got some.
To share. Sandbagger. I have a 24-25 Fleer Ultra Kirill the Thrill. $1 bill Kirill y'all. Ultra Power green out of 50. This is an E-Pack achievement. Great color match on this one. One of my favorite new insert sets. I've been.
Where did you buy this? On eBay?
eBay or ComC, one of the two.
When did it get delivered to your house?
I don't know. A while ago.
Okay.
Try, Phil.
No. I wasn't hedging for that. I can see how you thought that, but all right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very, very excited about that. So there we go.
I absolutely love these cards, and I love Kirill in them, but I can't do it because he looks so
Gerber.
I can't do the picture of him.
He's focused.
Cabbage.
Josh, I got a question about this card.
Looks like he ate salmon.
When you're like sleeping at night and you get an itchy back, does Jenny remove it and scratch your back with it? Is that
you stick it to a loofah like Phil has now.
Dude, don't knock the loofah. Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you.
Loofahs are awesome. Who's knocking those?
They're amazing. Josh was.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you finally washed her feet.
And
did you not, Dave? Do you not listen to our episodes? I've already gone over this. I don't know. You don't even listen to your own show.
It's hard not to put everything in life me in a Caddyshack,
right now.
a Caddyshack reference. And every time you talk about the loofah, I think about the scene with Danny and Judge Smale's wife.
I'm not as big on the. I know some of the things you say, but that one I don't remember. I got to rewatch it.
That's when after he catches him and he goes, Danny, I've sent boys younger than you to the gas chamber. I didn't want to, but I felt I owed it to them.
I like more like Cool Hand Luke, you know?
Ted Knight was great. All right. If you like the episode, please leave a rating, review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, you want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description, in our Instagram, TikTok profiles, on our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or on Patreon's website, patrun.com. And then you just search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. Follow the Gong Show on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gong Show podcast is a production of Dollar Box Ventures LLC. Have an amazing weekend. We hope to see you at the Sport Card Expo. Please come say hi. It's Hockey Card Heaven, boys. Let's go. Baba Louie, take us out.
Bye.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in and show.
Oh, God.
That's what she said.